Sorry about that. So India had declared 518 for 5. West Indies have just started their innings. Bumrah has bowled 1 over and it was a maiden. As expected, Camber and Chanderpaul are the opening batsmen. So 518 for 5 that India made. Warrican was the leading wicket taker for the West Indies. He picked up an additional wicket this morning to end with 3 wickets. So Warrican ending with 3 for 98 from 34 overs, going at less than 3 runs per over. That means he bowled much tighter this morning. Although his last few overs did go for probably about 15 of those runs, but he did bowl tighter. Siraj wide outside the off stump to Chanderpaul, who allows it to go through. And West Indies is yet to get off the mark. The other 2 wickets one went to Chase, and Jaraswal was run out, which I am very happy about because I don't understand how a batsman can be 173 not out and you're already talking about 400. Not even 273, 173. And so he ran out early this morning, made only 175, and that put that to bed. Siraj to Chanderpaul, turn it into the onside. He's off the mark, and West Indies off the mark. In their innings, replying to 518 for 5 made by India. They are one without loss after 1.2 overs. So just going down the West Indies bowling figures. Seals, 22 overs, 2 made and none for 88. He got some tap this morning. And Sir Philip also got some tap this morning. 17 overs, 2 made and none for 71. Justin Greaves, 14 overs, 1 made and none for 58. Carrie Peer, 30 overs, 2 made and none for 120. And Jamel Warrican, 34 overs, 6 maidens, 3 for 98, going at less than 3. He's the only West Indies bowler that went for less than 4. Siraj to Camber, who played inside the line, allows it to go through to the keeper, and there is no run. So, yes, Warrican was the only West Indies bowler that went for less than 4 runs per over. Rastan Chase, who got the other wicket this morning, 17.2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 83. So that's the West Indies bowling chart. Warrican and Chase getting 3 of the 4 wickets, 4 of the 5 wickets that fell, one being a run out that of Jaraswal, who made 175. Canberra again just allows it to go through outside the off stump. Siraj a bit wide here, and it goes through outside the off stump. So one without loss, West Indies. Looking to see what they can do to this total by India, 518 runs. It's a big total. 518, big total. They are very confident. So we just about Siraj down the leg side. Good stop there by the keeper as he has to dive across and stopped it. But that was definitely down the leg side. But he dived across and stopped it. Good stop. Well done. Diving a far way to stop that one. So well done there by the wicket keeper. So thank everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you being here, as this is the West Indies innings, and we hope then that they can do something special today. Siraj bowls to Canberra, and Canberra played that one much straighter onto the stump, and he played it into the gully region, fielded, and there is no run. Siraj has a smile on his face. That's the end of the second over. And after 2 overs, West Indies in reply to 518 made by India, they are one without loss. So good morning again, everyone, and welcome. I look forward to your interaction and thank you for tuning in. I know quite a few of you might not actually watching the cricket, but just in your bed, and listening to the commentary, and that is appreciated. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. And please remember to check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description. The link is in the video description. Click on the link and check out the Cricket Forum store. So Bumrah to continue. This is his second over, first delivery. Round the wicket, beaten outside the half stump, or did he play inside the line? Whatever it was, the ball went through to the keeper and no damage done. No damage done, and that's what important from the West Indies point of view. Very so, Bumrah, 3 slips and a gully, backward point cover, mid-on. Is round the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul steered that to the man at gully, and there is no run. Let me give you the feel for Bumrah. There are 3 slips, there's a gully, there's a backward point, there's a mid-off, there's a mid-on, there's a mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. So that's the feel. That's the feel for Bumrah as he runs into Chanderpaul. 3 slips to gully, backward point mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. Bumrah round the wicket to the West Indies left-hander. The slip crouches, and that one comes back into him, and he plays it out to the man at mid-off, and there is no run. So the score remains at 1 without loss. 1 without loss is the score. So Bumrah in his second over, the first over was a Maiden from him. 3 deliveries, and the West Indies batsmen are still not able to score off him at this stage. He's round the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul, and that one's come back into him, and it missing leg as he looks to turn it into the onside, taken on the pad, and it missing leg stump. That one was pitched up, and it swung back into him. He looked to turn it into the onside, taken on the pad, missing leg stump by a far away. They abort the appeal. They were going to go up, and then they abort the appeal. This is clearly missing leg stump by a far away. Look at that ball curve back. Wow. That ball curved back in the air. He got that ball to swing a long way. Definitely. Bowls to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul steered it down to third man for 4. Whether steered it or outside edge, but the previous delivery came back into him. This one leaved him. It got the outer portion of the bat. But I think he cushioned it. I want to give Chanderpaul credit. He never pushed at it. And he softened his hands, and it went into the gap between third slip and gully and goes down to the boundary for 4. Despite Jaraswal diving to his right and getting an hand to it, it goes down to the boundary for 4. I really think that he wasn't in total control, but he did cushion it. So yes, Bumrah round the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul off the back foot and look to force that through the offside inside edge onto his pad. And there is no run. End of the over, end of 3 overs, 5 without loss. I really want to give him the benefit of the doubt for that shot. I really think that he wasn't in total control, but he never pushed at it, and he slackened the left hand, and as a result, the ball went down and into the gap and went to the boundary for 4 runs. So I definitely think that, so well done by Chanderpaul. West Indies 5 without loss after 2 overs. All 5 runs have been scored by Chanderpaul. We're just about 33 minutes from tea on the second day. Subman Gill did get his 100. So 2 centuries for India in their innings. I I would love 2 centuries for the West Indies. I'll take one though, but I love 2. Siraj to continue. Over the wicket, bowls beaten outside the half stump. The pitch is keeping low. Yes, the pitch is definitely keeping low, and that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Good morning to you, Patrick Davy. Thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Yes, man. Yeah, we have a tall task, but we still have to start at 0. Good morning to you too, Tony. Good morning to you. Tony is asking why Chanderpaul always edging the ball to slip. This is his problem. Yeah, all right. Well, let's wish him well. Let's wish him well. Siraj to Canberra allows it to go through outside the half stump, and there is no run. But at least, Tony, he did what you would call it now. He did cushion that one. He didn't push at it. He allows it to come to him. And he definitely slackened the left hand. So give him credit there. Give him some credit for at least doing that. 5 without loss, the West Indies. In reply to India, 518 for 5, as you see on the screen there. 5 without loss. It's going to be Siraj to continue. Bowls to Canberra, and Canberra is solid in defense as he plays that one to mid-off, and there is no run. So solid in defense. He just came forward and played it to mid-off, and there is no run. The score remains at 5 without loss. As West Indies really looking now to give a good account of themselves in this match. TV and cricket power play, you're here, man. Good morning, man. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning. I missed your comment, man. Big up yourself, man. Leaves alone outside the half stump as it goes through to the keeper. So that one was left alone outside the half stump. Siraj pitched up. Canberra leave it alone, and it goes through to the keeper. The swing of the ball carried the ball to third man. Okay. Yeah, yes, it curve away, leave him, but yeah, you have to give him credit, don't Patrick? Because we have seen on occasions where West Indies batsmen would have pushed at that ball, and he didn't push at it this time. So I have to give him credit. Canberra facing Siraj, the right-hand fast bowler, is round the wicket, bowls to Canberra, and he pitched up and he drove that through the offside. Worked for long off, mid-off should say. He can't get there. It's into the boundary for 4. So pitched up and Canberra just easing the ball away. This is a fast outfield. It's a small outfield. You don't have to hit the ball that hard. You just have to time it away. And Canberra's off the mark with a boundary as Siraj pitched up, and he comes onto the front foot and stroke it past mid-off down to the boundary for 4. He's on 4. West Indies 9 without loss. The mistake that some persons make some of the time when they see a small field, they think that power is required because the small field, they can just clear it, but not true. So one slip off come out, Siraj pitched up to Canberra, beaten outside the half stump edge, found Canberra gone. Oh no, not out. Because I saw the celebration, I thought there was an edge. The keeper threw the ball in the air and Siraj was celebrating, but the umpire finger never went up. He caught me there. Oh, the celebration was so like done and dusted. But the finger of the umpire never went up and they didn't review it. But Jewel threw the ball in the air and I thought that, well, he was gone because I did say beaten. I never knew that, the edge was not found. It's 9 without loss. So 9 without loss. Canberra's on 4. Yes, so Canberra's on 4. And Chanderpaul is on 5. It's day 2, session 2. Let's watch now as Chanderpaul covers up to Bumrah. and played it back down the outside of the pitch to the bowler who field, and there is no run. Thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button. It's a pleasure having you here. Really and truly, that ball past the outside edge. Uh, round the wicket, Bumrah ball to Chanderpaul, defense to mid-off, and there is no run. The score remains at 9 without loss. So after 4.2 overs, 9 without loss, West Indies in reply to the 518 for 5. When will West Indies make those scores, Lord? 518 for 5. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of runs. Paul Rifer is one of the umpires. Chanderpaul wait as Bumrah round the wicket, balls outside the half stump. He is beaten through to the keeper, and there is no run as he came forward and he came forward. But what was good about that again from Chanderpaul, and he's clearly learning, his hand never went at the ball. Very good, very good. He kept his hands close to his body, and the ball goes through outside the half stump. Very good, Chanderpaul. Love that. Love that. You could not say that his feet were in the right position, but at least he kept the bat very close to the body, and that's good. Round the wicket, balls to Chanderpaul, and he steered this to backward point, and there is no run. 9 without loss after 4.4 overs. Bumrah 2.4, none for 4. 9 without loss. West Indies in reply to 518 made by India. It's a mammoth task, But this pitch is good to bat on so far. I have not seen any devil. It will be interesting to see. I really think that West Indies can see off the Pacers. Bumrah round the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul, and he plays this to mid-on. There's no run. The score remains at 9 without loss. I don't think that the Pacers will provide such a big issue for the West Indies bowlers. I definitely think that it's when the spinners comes on, that is when we are going to have a challenge, when the spinners come on. 9 without loss after 4.5. Big up Elton, how you doing? 9 without loss. That's where I think our big issue will be, our big challenge will be when the spinners comes on. Bumrah, final delivery of his third over. Round the wicket, balls to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul defend down the onside of the pitch. The bowler got an hand to it, and it goes to mid-on, and there is no run. So it remains at 5 without loss. So that's the end of the over. End of over number 5. West Indies 9 without loss after 5 overs. So yes, big up yourself, Patrick and Tony and TV and Power Play, my good friend Elton over there in Florida, man. I hope you're having a good time. 9 without loss is the West Indies. Please remember to hit that like button. Let's watch now. Siraj to start over number 6. He remains round the wicket. Campbell leaves alone outside the half stump through to the keeper. There's 2 slips for Siraj, 2 slips and a gully. So they have removed one of the slips. So 2 slips and a gully. Backward point cover mid-off. So those are the 6 on the offside. 2 slips, 1 gully, backward point, cover, mid-off. And on the onside, you have 3 fielders at mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. He's not quite at fine leg. He's right around maybe on 45. Round the wicket, Siraj bowls to Canberra again. Same thing, leave alone outside the half stump through to the keeper. And there is no run. I was very happy that Jaraswal got out. The amount of banter, the way the Indians were behaving, Lara record gone, Lara record gone. Do you think 400 is easy to make, man? 400 runs is not easy to make. Lara record gone, Lara. Oh my lord. Round the wicket, Siraj bowls to Canberra, allows it to go through outside the half stump, 9 without loss after 5.3. Patrick Davies saying the new ball is going to swing. We just have to stand up and bat. Take the shine off the ball, get the ones and twos. The fours will come. Fair point, fair point, fair point. You know, but I really don't think that they'll be much of a challenge as Siraj bowled to Campbell, turn it away down to the man at, I say, on 45 on the boundary, 10 without loss West Indies as that was turned away. So both batsmen are on 5. You know, both batsmen are on 5. And look where Siraj is running. You see that? Right down the pitch. You know, and persons want to tell me that cricket is a gentleman game. Hey, look at that. Did the umpire warn him? Did the umpire warn him? Right down the pitch. Right down the middle of the pitch. Oh, that is disgraceful. That was disgraceful. Round the wicket, balls pitched up, clipped away. Through mid wicket, mistimed it though, only a single. 11 without loss. Camber comes into strike. He's on 5. Chanderpaul is on 6. There's a full toss. It was dipping all the time. It was going to miss leg stump, but he got back onto it. Should have put it away for 4, but probably just doesn't has the skill set to put that away for 4. It was a bad ball. Full toss and leg stump. You hit those away every day for 4, man. He's round the wicket to Canberra, and Canberra is forward and played it to backward point. End of the over. The score is 11 without loss after 6. Now, that was disgraceful just now, wasn't it? And the umpire said nothing to the bowler. Well, even if he had said something to the bowler, I have not seen it. But right down the middle of the pitch. Right down the middle of the pitch. You know? You know, persons want to say cricket is a gentleman game. Those were back in the days, man. Those were back in the days. But and the funny thing, you know, a number of persons who are saying that cricket was a gentleman game, you ask them why it was called that, and they can't tell you. But they just want to say it's a gentleman game, just to have an argument. The length at which people goes to make a point. And when you ask them really what they are saying, they can't deliver. So interesting field setting. So they have take out the gully and put him at a short mid wicket. Bumrah to Chanderpaul. Let's see. He's round the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul defend to that man at short mid wicket. So no, they have take out the backward point. So my apologies, a backward point that they have taken out. So there are 3 slips and a gully, and then there's a mid off. There's a mid on, there's a short mid wicket, a man forward of square, and then there's a fine leg. So yeah, the man on the boundary has gone more to his left, so he now becomes a fine leg. Let's watch. Bumrah is going to go round the wicket to Chanderpaul. He bowls to Chanderpaul short and he pulls it away down back with a square leg. The fielder comes around from off the long leg boundary and they get a single. 12 without loss. Canberra comes into strike. He's on 5. West Indies 12 without loss. That was back of a length and he pulled it away down back with a square leg for a single. Good shot by Chanderpaul, rolling his wrist. He was in control of that one. He played that one well. Interesting to know what they are trying. I don't know the tactics that they are trying any at all. So Bumrah bowls to Camber and he played it to mid wicket. So I'm gonna give you the feel because they keep changing it all the time. They're probably not quite sure where to keep the man, whether to keep him at gully or backward point. But I can tell you that he's now at backward point. So there are 3 slips, no gully, backward point, mid off, mid on, short mid wicket, a man forward of square, and a fine leg. So it's now a 5-4 field. He's 15 meters from the bat. That man at short mid wicket looks to be Jadeja. Cambries and Stripe. Bumrah round the wicket in over number 7. Comes in, bowls to Camber, and Camber steered it away through the offside. The man at mid-off comes to his right field, and there is a single, 1 more to the total. The score goes up by 113 without loss. Chanderpaul will come in to strike. Camber is on 6. Patrick is saying Brian score 400 is here to stay. Not necessarily, Patrick Davey. Not necessarily. I'm not gonna say that. So they're getting ready to bring on the spinners. See, that look like sad. Chanderpaul leaves alone outside the half stump as Bumrah runs round the wicket and he leaves alone outside the half stump. 13 without loss. They are getting ready to bring on the spinner. And this will be the real test now for West Indies. There'll be probably about 4 overs of spin before the tea break. I heard Michael Douglas say that West Indies always lose a wicket coming up to the tea break. I hope it doesn't happen today. Honestly, hope it doesn't happen today. If these two can just survive until tea and at least give us something to breathe. Just give us a little breather. Just let us dream. Bowls, turn away, beat the man at mid-wicket, short mid-wicket. We'll run away over this fast outfield for 4. The score goes up to 17 without loss. So Bumrah pitched up and Chanderpaul clipped it away through mid-wicket for 4. That's what he should have done with the previous delivery. Glad to see that he pounced on this one. 17 without loss. He just clipped it away. End of over number 7. West Indies 17 without loss. And it seems like Jadeja is going to come into the attack. So he's going to bowl fast and straight. It will be very interesting to see the speed that Jadeja is going to bowl at. I'm really looking forward to see what speed that he's going to bowl at. So this will be interesting. 17 without loss. 15 minutes before lunch, before tea. So if they go with 2 spinners, they will probably get 5 overs before tea. If they go with the pace and the spin combination, maximum 4. If the West Indies batsman can somehow limit it to 3, that would be good. So let's watch the field for Jadeja. Those who I'm seeing is I will tell you the field shortly. Let's watch the first delivery from Jadeja. Slip on a forward, short leg first. Ball, Camber sweeps it away, down to fine leg for 4. Very first delivery. Got outside the line of his off stump and swept it away, down to fine leg for 4. He played that shot well. That shot was well played. He got outside the line of the off stump. No chance of being out leg before. And he swept it away, down to fine leg for 4. Good shot. I love that. I love that positive approach. 21 is it now without loss. So they immediately put in a fine leg. Jadeja bowls to Camber and he swept hard. And the man at forward short leg took a blinder. Has he taken a catch or is hurt? Camber is out. He's out. He swept it hard. I really want to see what happened. It's the most unfortunate dismissal. I think he broke his finger. What happened there? But nonetheless, Camber is out as he looks to sweep. But somehow the field, that forward short leg took the catch and Camber is gone. West Indies lost their first wicket. So he's down and he swept. That's not out. That's not out. The ball hit him on the helmet. Unless the laws change. It's the ball hit him on the helmet. That should, well, probably the laws change. Probably. And Jadeja struck with his second delivery. The bottom line is that Cambry's out. Very unfortunate. He swept it very hard. It struck the bat, it struck the field on his body and on his helmet, and he was able to take the catch. I really wonder about, unless I don't know the law. Carrie P said can't blame Campbell for that one. Well, he hit the ball in the air. If he never hit the ball in the air, he would not caught. You know, it's unfortunate, but he hit the ball in the air. If he had hit it along the ground, he would not have been out caught. You know, I give it to you that it's a very, very unfortunate dismissal. And as Michael said, salt. You know, that's a Jamaican terminology, unlucky. That means very unlucky. But he hit the ball in the air. You know, he hit the ball in the air. Unlucky, of course, but he hit the ball in the air. 21 for 1. And, you know, why, Mikel, you're saying come to pass. I mean, we just can't go into the break without losing a wicket, man. Can't go into the break without losing a wicket. And he was looking to sweep everything. It appears that it was a strategy. It was a strategy. Athanaze comes forward well outside the line of the half stump. So it's interesting. And it came off the pad, off the gloves. So pad gloves, but it didn't go to forward shot like Athanaze is forward, and he plays it down the inside of the pitch, and there is no run. Very unlucky, John Campbell. Very, very, very unlucky. Very unlucky. So there's a slip on a forward shot leg and a mid wicket and a mid on. Athanaze is on the back foot, plays it to mid off, and there is no run. 21 for 1, West Indies. Oh my lord. 21 for 1. Athanaze turn it to the man under the helmet. So that's Dev who field, and there is no run. End of over number 8. West Indies 21 for 1. Very, very unfortunate dismissal. Oh my lord. Boy. When you salt, you salt, you know. When you salt, man. Full-blooded sweep shot. He swept it hard, hit the man on his chest, on his hand. His wrist probably damaged right now. They are icing it. It hit the grill of the helmet, and he held on to the catch. He probably didn't even know, he was dazed, you know. There's no way he should have taken that catch. A matter of fact, if he was doing what the coach manual said that you should do when you're fielding in that position, he would not have been able to take that catch, you know. You know, he would not have been able, because the coaching manual is quite clear. When you see a batsman going for a full-blooded drive, playing a full-blooded strokes, and you're in that era, it's quite clear what you should do. Siraj to continue around the wicket to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul steer this down into the covers region, and Gainley, so he was probably looking to leave the ball alone. You see that, yeah, if he was doing what the coaching manual say he should do, or was he actually attempting the catch? Was he? What I do know though, the coaching manual is quite clear. If you are feeding that forward short leg and you see the batsman going for a full-blooded shot, what you should do, that ball have gone for 4. 22 for 1. Round the wicket, bowls, bumper, ducked under by Athanaze, through to the keeper, no run. Score remains at 22 for 1. As a fast bowler banged that one into the pitch. What's it? Patrick Davis said, what a catch. That one stuck. Based on the rule, he is out. Okay, Patrick Davis, thank you. Siraj, round the wicket, bowls to Athanaze. Athanaze played it out into the offside, and there is no run. The man at cover field, and there is no run. 2 slips, backward point cover, 2 slip and a gully, backward point cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, forward of square. Wow, the helmet is probably damaged. His hand is probably damaged. They are icing it. Well, the physio is saying it's okay. You just need to ice it. 22 for 1. Oh my lord. Siraj round the wicket, bowls to Athanaze, and Athanaze covers up, turn it into the onside to that man at forward of square. And there is no run. 22 for 1 after 8.4 overs. 22 for 1 after 8.4 overs. West Indies trail by 496 runs. We're approaching tea. We're going to get 1 over after this. 2 deliveries to come in this over. Jadeja over May. Jadeja over May, take a quick time because he really rushes through his overs. And, Athanaze would turn that one away down to back of the square leg, push the score up to 23 for 1. So 23 for 1 as he was back of a length, and Athanaze turned it away down to back of the square leg for 1. 23 for 1 the score after 8.5. We're up 5 minutes away, 4.5 minutes or so away from tea. Sai Sudasan, what a catch you took, boy. What a catch you took. Good catch, good catch, good catch. Good catch, good catch. Brave catch. Unlucky. Unlucky for Canberra. Siraj round the wicket, bowls, and Chanderpaul covers up, plays it down to mid-on, and there is no run. End of over number 9, 23 for 1, West Indies. 23 for 1 in reply to 518 for 5 made by India. Was it luck? Was it one of those cases that said you make your own luck? Because I'm sure that Sai Sanderson know what the coaching manual says, but he decided to watch the ball and attempt the catch. And by watching the ball and attempting the catch, he got the luck. Well, unfortunate for Canberra, but he did hit the ball in the air. 23 for 1, West Indies. Canberra is the batsman gone. So Chanderpaul is on 12. Athanaze is on 1. So Jadeja here now to bowl his second over. And West Indian fans are hoping that this will be the last over before lunch, as Athanaze is full forward to that one and blocked it back down the offside of the pitch to the bowler. And there is no run. 23, no ball. So no ball signal by the umpire. So 1 to the total, 24 now for 1. No ball signal. Oh, he was stopping it. What's... So yeah, it was a no ball. It was clearly a no ball. Yes, so it's 24 for 1. Yeah, that's correct now. 24 for 1. So there's a slip, there's a short third man, there's a cover, or you could call it extra cover in the mid off. He's forward. He's right out and he blocks it back. He looks solid, he looks confident. And he blocks it back down the pitch to the bowler. So there are 3 men on the boundary on the inside. Well, probably not quite on the boundary, but 3, you'd say 3 deep fielders. Jadeja bowls to Athanaze. He's right across his stump. He's watching that ball closely. He's 24 for 1, the score remains. He's watching that ball closely. 1.5 minutes to go before tea. 3 deliveries to go in this over. And need to use up the time. He's forward again and he blocks that one. Just need to use up the time. Find a way to use up the time. 24 for 1 with 2 deliveries to go before the tea break. Yeah, they're gonna get in another over. Definitely going to get in another over. The slip on the forward short leg goes down as he blocks it back down the inside of the pitch. 24 for 1 with 1 delivery to come. Just about 45 seconds to go. But I think that they will get in. They will get in another over. Jadeja, he rushes through this over. I think this over take 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes 38 seconds. Well bowled, quick, despite the no ball. 7 deliveries in 2 minutes 38 seconds. 1 over to go before the tea break. 24 for 1. Michael Douglas, I never said he was watching it. I never say that. I asked the question, was he? I never said he was. And no, if I never said he was, I never said he was. So I don't know why you want to make that point, because I clearly never said he was. And Kuldeep Yadav to bowl this last over. Because if I would like to think that Kuldeep Yadav bowls to Chanderpaul off the back foot and he cracks it away down to the man on the field cover boundary for a single. 25 for 1. I would like to think that the Indians are well drilled and they know what you should do in that position. That I would like to think so. They know what you are to do when the batsman is playing a full-blooded shot. And he never did that. So if he never did that, and I think they are well coached, I have to think that he went for the shot. As that ball turned away, as the Chinaman turned away from the left-hander and goes through to the keeper, Kuldeep Yadav. I can't be sure, but it could well be. It could well be that he was watching the ball. Yadav bowls off the back foot, goes Athanaze, and he played it to mid-off, and there is no run. So it could well be. You see, and Michael Douglas, so I'm going to ask you this, Michael Douglas, because you're a bright chap and you know the cricket. Tell us what the textbook said when you're feeling that forward short leg and a batsman is playing a full-blooded shot. What do you do? Patrick Davis said that was a catch and a 3/4. So the fielder is now moved to silly points. Bowls off the back foot, goes Chanderpaul, and he strokes it to mid-wicket, and there's no run. Sorry, Athanaze. Welcome, Banana Brooks. So this should be the final delivery before tea. Athanaze, the grey nickels flashing before the camera. Yadav bowls to him and he bowls the googly and he gets the inside edge. And it goes into the onside and they go through for a single. 26 for 1 at tea. West Indies 26 for 1 at tea. That's so at least West Indies survive until tea. So 26 for 1. 26 for 1, not bad, not bad. You could take that you'll take that any time. I'll be back with you. I'll be back with you after the tea break. So see you in about 20 minutes or so. So, good morning again, and welcome back to the post tea session on the second day of the second test match between India and the West Indies at Delhi, in Delhi. A fancy name for the stadium. I don't think I need to try and attempt to pronounce that fancy name. It's not a long name, but it's just a fancy name. It's the cricket stadium in Delhi where the Delhi Capitals play their T20 franchise cricket matches. And India have not lost a match at this ground to anybody for 33 years. They made 518 in their first innings, and West Indies in reply are 26 for 1 with the batsman out, John Campbell, very unfortunate. And before the break, there was a discussion between Michael Douglas and I, and he was saying that he thinks so, that it was the fielder was protecting himself. Um, Before the break, I did say that I think the Indian team is a well drilled team, and in that position, the fielder would know how to protect himself, and the way he went about it was not the way that the manual said he should. But looking back at the replay now, you realize that he was clearly protecting himself. And although he was not, it was not the it was not the coaching manual way, but he was protecting himself. And it is unfortunate that Canberra got out that way. But the bottom line is that he hit the ball in the air. If he never hit the ball in the air, he would not have been out. So we're about to start the final session of day 2. This could be a session that probably run into for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Hopefully I can be here that long. I will have the energy to stay here that long. It's early morning, have nothing to eat as yet. And then watch along takes a lot out of you. It's not as simple as just sitting and talking. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. So welcome back, everyone. So this is that Washington Sundar? Yes, it's Washington Sundar into the attack. First delivery blocked out into the offside by Athanaze. It's the right arm off spinner. Slip on forward short leg. He bowls to Athanaze. Athanaze turn it to forward short leg, and there is no run. Into the attack. So thank you everyone for Sundar round the wicket, bowls to Athanaze. Athanaze is forward. He plays that one out into the offside. The fielder at extra cover comes in and stops them for going through for a single. Athanaze for a moment there thought that a single was on. Chanderpaul. If both of them are looking at what was Athanaze doing there? Athanaze was saying no, but still running. And probably that's why Chanderpaul was saying, "What's wrong with you, young man?" He turned that into mid-wicket as Sundar float up that one and he turned it into mid-wicket. So I was saying, what? He was clearly saying no, but still running. I don't understand. Sundar round the wicket to Athanaze, who blocked it out into the offside, and there is no run. 26 for 1, Athanaze on 2. Chanderpaul on 13. The wicket to go, that of John Campbell. Caught at forward short leg off the bowling of Jadeja as he looks to sweep. Round the wicket comes Sundar, bowls down the leg side, turn away, down towards fine leg by Athanaze, and they gone for 1. They will come back for 2. No, they stay on 1. 27 for 1 at the end of over number 12. It came off the tie pad and not the bat. So he remains on 2. He will keep the strike. West Indies 27 for 1 after 12 overs. The art of it all, when you are feeling at that position, is to stay low and keep your eyes on the ball. You say, Canberra by liver and get bone. I've never heard that one before, Patrick David, but it was an unfortunate dismissal. He was very unlucky. while the Indian team is lucky. So Kuldeep to continue, and I think Kuldeep is going to pose the biggest threat. You know, he's going to pose the biggest threat. Warrican really bowled well in, and he's not bowling well just only in this match, because when you look at Warrican figures and his numbers, especially his average, which is wicket per runs, his average, it's 29.2, and only two persons have a better average than him. That is Lance Gibb at 29.1 and Sonny Ramadan at 29.0. So only those two persons were getting wickets quicker than, no, were getting wicket for fewer runs than Warrican. Athanaze turned that away down to the man at mid-on, and they go through for a single, 28 for 1. So he is the... So Sonny Ramadan was 29 flat. That's Sonny Ramadan average. Lance Gibb average was 29.1. And Warrican average is 29.2. So those are the only two bowlers who have a better average than Warrican. And among all West Indies bowlers, spin bowlers, Warrican have the best strike rate. So Warrican is getting wicket quicker than all of them. You know? So he has been good. He has been very, very good, Warrican. I don't think West Indies used him enough. But if he was, let's see now. Yadav bowls to Chanderpaul, played it to the man at silly mid-off, and there is no run. I think if Warrican was in a country like New Zealand, he plays almost every test match for them. You know? Kuldeep Yadav bowl as the leg break turn across the left-hander. He played it to backward point, 28 for 1. Sorry, the Chinaman. As the Chinaman turn across the left-hander, he played it to backward point. So it's a left-arm Chinaman googly bowlers. Kuldeep Yadav. As Yadav bowls to Chanderpaul, and Chanderpaul eases this down to mid-on, and there is no run, 28 for 1. So the score remains at 28 for 1 after 12.5 overs, 1 delivery to come. Chanderpaul is on 13. He looks in deep concentration. He's really concentrating hard, look at him. Yadav over the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul. He clipped this away down to the man at mid-on, no run, 28 for 1 at the end of over number 13. 28 for 1, West Indies replying to 518 for 5 made by India. Athanaze will take strike. So it will spin after spin after spin after spin after spin. I really enjoy the lyrics coming out of the election campaign. I enjoy the lyrics them. Yeah, there was some vulgarity which I couldn't listen to, and I will never listen to vulgarity. But the lyrics, I enjoy the lyrics. Washington Sundar bowls to Athanaze. Athanaze played it to the man at extra cover, and there is no run. 28 for 1. Do our batters understand? What do you mean? What Stephen Roach mean? I don't like how you start that. I'll come back to it. Athanaze look to sweep down the leg side, collect by the keeper, 28 for 1. I'll come back to that comment at the end of the over, where probably I could spend more time to see if I can understand the construction. Or maybe I shouldn't. Or maybe I shouldn't try to understand the construction, because when I try to interpret these constructions, the construction of the sentences, You guys say that's not what you meant. Athanaze is forward and the bat is behind the pad, which is not good. You need to play that ball in front of the pad, and what you need to do is to lead with your head. You are leading with your right pad, and that's what is causing the problem. You are leading with your right pad. Lead with your head. And that one grips and turns as the half spinner from round the wicket touches down on about 4.5 stump, and it goes through to the keeper. Some bunks too. Nice revolution on that ball as it grips and turns and goes through to the keeper. And he pushes forward. Well, he was not tight with the hands to the body as one was expect. He's forward and he played it to the man at forward short leg, and there's no run. Relentless here from Washington Sundar. That was a little faster. The previous one, that grips and turn, was a little slower. This is relentless bowling, 28 for 1. There's a slip, a forward short leg, a mid-wicket, a mid-on. Athanaze second. Washington Sundar round the wicket. Bowls to Athanaze and he drives to the man at coming off the long off boundary. And it gives them a single, so the score moves up to 29. It's 29 for 1 at the end of over number 14. So Stephen Roach is saying, which I don't understand, batters, do our batters understand the different types of bowlers in Test cricket, as they need to understand what these bowlers are trying to do and be prepared for it? Well, I support the point whether they understand, I support the point because you really need to study videos of what the bowlers are doing. If you're going to play a test match, you need to spend hours and hours looking at the bowler's action. Yadiv to Athanaze, played it to the man at Silimid off, and there's no runs. I clearly believe, I would hope that they do, because sometimes you look at persons like Casey Carty and you wonder if he really does. And as you heard, Darren Sammy, who made this great discovery. Athanaze cuts, beat backward, pointing to the boundary for 4. 33 now for 1. Off the back foot he goes and cut it away, beat the dive of the man at backward, pointing to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot. It was always along the ground. He probably got a hand to it, but it's nonetheless into the boundary for 4. As Darren Sammy made the greatest discovery ever in the history of West Indies cricket, that our batsmen are getting out the same way all the time. You wonder if they are studying bowlers. And that was so evident with Casey Carty, as some children looks to run across the side screen. Forgive them. They are probably the ball boys. They're probably in their enthusiasm doesn't even understand, so forgive them. Yadav bowls to Athanaze, he's forward, plays it to Silimid off, and there is no run. I agree with you, Stephen Roach. I'll be leaving shortly. I had a cricket pitch to prepare. You'll be leaving shortly. I have a cricket pitch to prepare this morning, so have a blessed day. Stay safe, so safe travel on the gravel. Okay. As Athanaze hit Yadav, did it go all the way? Yes, it went all the way for 6. So Yadav over pitching and Athanaze hit him over long on for 6 runs, 39 for 1. It pitched up and he hit that over long on for 6. Lovely shot by Athanaze. Just pouncing on that one and going with the Chinaman, as he picked it well and he hit it over long on for 6. Lovely shot. Athanaze is motoring along now. He's on 14. Chanderpaul is on 13. Yadav over the wicket, bowls to Athanaze, and Athanaze turned that away down towards fine leg. It's going to run close to the boundary. There's a fielder at backward square leg who comes around, picks up, sends the return in. We'll watch the signal. I think it comes off the bat. I think it was deliberate, but we'll wait on the signal. 2 more to the total, 41. It's 2 leg by. There's 2 leg bys. Off the typepad it came. 41 without 41 for 1. I wish it was 41 without loss. So Sri Lanka won the toss and elected to field. So Sri Lanka will field in the World Cup match against England. Full toss. Athanaze should have done more with that. He needed us to use his feet and drive that hard down to long on. Nonetheless, it's a dot ball end of over. 41 for 1 at the end of the over. Good morning to you, Envoy. Expect to see someone like you here. It's early morning. It's just about getting up to about level 17 in South Africa. I think it's about that time in South Africa, level 17 thereabout. Or is it a little later? 12, 17? No, probably. What time is it in South Africa? It's level 17 or it's gonna be 11. Yeah, 11, 17. The Cricket Forum, given the batsmen have scored 150 on average, what total do you think would be good total improvement for them? I have always said, I've said it all the while, that if every batsman scored 10 runs above their average, we will make 320. Well, Canberra didn't do that, but, you know, so that's score 10 runs above your average. That's the first target. If all the batsmen score 10 runs above their average, we will make 320, and that's a first target, and then you take it from there. So when you reach 10 runs above your average, you then tell yourself, so you know what? I want 10 more. And I want 10 more, and you keep on saying, and that's how you're going to reach 100. As Sundato Chanderpaul, it's still 41 for 1 after 15.3, as you see on the screen there. Good morning to you, Troy Perry. Good to have you here. Okay, thank you for tuning in. It's just about, I know this for sure now. It's 10:18 in England right now. I know that for sure. I know because I know the motherland is 6 hours ahead of us in Jamaica. So I know that for sure. And Chanderpaul bangs this away down to backward point. The fielder comes around. Good stop there by Mohamed Siraj, and they will come back for 2, 43 for 1. So 43 for 1, Chanderpaul moves up to 15. So 15 for Chanderpaul. Good work there. I hope Anderson Phillip is seeing that. Boy, Anderson Phillip really need to learn to field. So what is Ryan Griffiths doing? How could Anderson Phillip fielding be so poor? Hasn't he recognized that the man can't field? What is Darren Sammy and Anderson and Ryan Griffiths doing? Sunda bowls to Chanderpaul, steered it down to where you call a backward point, has to move to his right and field. It's 43 for 1. 43 for 1. Chanderpaul is on 15. Round the wicket, comes in now, bowls to Chanderpaul, and he turns it away down towards fine leg, and they go through for a single. He will keep the strike. 44 for 1 now at the end of over number 16. Chanderpaul keeping the strike. He moves up to 16. The score 44 for 1. Yes, so Envoy, I am, yeah. That would be my initial target. I'm not saying that's where they should stop, but that would be my initial target. If all of them can score above 10 above their average, then we will get 320. And if we get 320, India will have to bat again because we would have saved the follow-on. You know, so that's where I would start. Well, we know that it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen that we wouldn't have anyone at the Women's World Cup, Stephen Roach. So, you know, because we failed to qualify. We did not qualify. If we are, you know, it's not like somebody said you are not coming. It's that we failed to play good cricket to qualify, partly because of the captain and the coach. They are to be blamed. 45 for 1 is the score after 16.1. Chanderpaul moves up to 17. Athanaze is on 14. Slip on a forward short leg. Hitting on the pad is very close. Or did he get an inside edge onto that? If he didn't get any bat onto that, he's going to be out, you know. They are going to review it, but if he doesn't get any bat onto that, he's going to out. Did they? Because it really looks like he get bat onto it to me. Are they reviewing it? No, it appears that they're not going to review it. No, he did get bat onto it. I really think so. You know, but just the reaction of the fielder. Look at that. Yeah, he got bat onto that, man. If he never got any bat onto that, he's dead. And he clearly got bat onto it. Yes, well, the keeper did signal to them that he got bat onto it. Chanderpaul comes onto the front foot and in a crab-like manner, just ease it out into the offside and there is no run. 46 for 1. Yes, well, as I get it right, Envoy, it was indeed 11-17. Yes, thank you. Turn away, down to back with a square leg for a single. One more to the total, 47 now for 1. Try Perry saying the wicket is a road. We just need to bat and bat. Yeah. Sorry about that. Early morning, you know. Probably I should have made a cup of tea during the tea. I should have made a cup of tea during the tea break. Don't. Yeah. But it never came to mind. Yeah, but I should have definitely made a cup of tea during the tea break. 47 for 1. With one delivery to come in over number 17. Kuldeep Yadav, the Chinaman googly bowler, slip on a forward short leg, bowls to Athanaze, who turned this away down, back with a square leg for another run. 48 for 1 at the end of over number 17. Yes, from what we have seen, Troy Perry, I would agree with you that it's a good pitch to bat on. There are balls that are gripping and turning and and getting some bunks. We saw from on the first morning the one that got Rahul from Warwick, and it grips and turn and bite out of the pitch. We saw a few of those earlier today. That so the odd ball is doing something, but by and large, Troy Perry, it's a good pitch to bat on. So I definitely agree with you. They need not to throw away the start they have and look for a big 100. So forward comes Athanaze. There was a big gap between bat and pad, but what was important there is that the bat made connection with the ball. And again, I think it's because he's leading with his right foot, and not really leading with his head why those things are happening. Sunda bowls to him, he's forward. That's better this time. Much better this time. He blocks it out to middle and there's no run. 16 he is. So watch now as 48 for 1. Athanaze concentrating hard. Washington Sunda. West Indies have 3 left-handers in the top 3. Sunda, and he cuts, beat the man at backward points. It runs out into the deep. Siraj swoops in like a gladiator and sends the return into the keeper. 49 for 1 at the end. Oh, sorry, it's after 17.4. Good morning, Banana Brooks. Big up yourself, man. Happy to have you here. Definitely happy to have you guys here. So Envoy, we're going to support your team, man, because you're always here as Chanderpaul comes forward and plays it out into the covers and there is no run. So we'll definitely support your team, man, because yes, you are always here, so I'm going to support your team. I will do the final of the World Cup. Don't know about the semi-finals as yet, but as a final of a world tournament, I always do the finals. Whosoever is playing, I always do the finals, the watch along. It's a World Cup, so I will do the final. Hopefully, we'll be covering South Africa in that final. You know, we did do the final of the World Test Championship, didn't we? Yes. And the last morning, I think we did. So we are known to do finals here. Good morning to you, Banana Brooks. End of 18, 49 for 1, Athanaze 17, Chanderpaul 18. Mikel is saying the bowling is not the only thing we missed from the two Joseph. They are two very good fielders. True, especially Shamar on the boundaries. Very far. Is way faster and more athletic than Phillips. Agree with that. No problem there. So Patrick Davis saying like and share. Thank you, Patrick Davis. Yes, please Sasha like on the video. 56 person watching and on a 16 like. Yes, true. Please hit that like button. Yes, man. So I know that he have 150 against India. Did he make a second 100? Cause I almost sure that he has 150 against India. Almost 49 for 1. West Indies. So it's Kuldeep to continue. There's a slip, a backward point, cover up mid-off. He comes in over the wicket, bowls to Athanaze, who covers up. He's 29 years old. He's 20. He born August 2020. Yeah, he born August 22, 1996. So he was born on August 22, 1996. Over the wicket, Yadav bowls. Off the back foot goes Athanaze, cannot beat backward point. And so the score remains at 49 for 1. Entertaining fielding drills with some competitive patter is the best way to improve one's fielding. You know, I got that, Banana Brooks, and I agree with that. You know, there are other ways, but that drill is one of the better ones going around. But then the fielding coach, this is not the first time Anderson is with the team, and they are in India quite a while now, and you see no improvement. So you wonder what Ryan Griffiths is doing. 49 for 1 after 18.4. As Athanaze blocked that one down the pitch. Yeah, Chase is the last West Indies batsman to score a century in India. Yeah. The last tour to India, Chase made a century, said Michael Douglas. All right, cool. So apart from the 150 that he made out here, he also have a century in India. Thank you. As Athanaze wrapped back and strokes this out into the covers. And again, there is no run. 49 for 1. Kuldeep Yadav. I expect Jadeja to come into the attack soon. Yadav over the wicket. The left-arm Chinaman googly bowler bowls to Athanaze, who is forward. Again, I don't really like where the bat is. The bat is sort of behind the pad, you know. But end of over number 19, 49 for 1. It was a maiden by Kuldeep Yadav. Definitely should have, you know, during the tea break, I should have definitely made a cup of tea. Really should have done so. So we are getting ready for the start of the World Cup match between England and Sri Lanka. India will be batting. Sri Lanka won the toss and asked the England women to take first strike. What a win by South Africa over India. I love that, you know. Envoy, I must tell you that I enjoy that win. What an innings by de Klerk after she bowled such a poor last spell that she bowled, you know, and to come back and played that innings. It was a lovely innings to watch, Envoy. And I'm very glad that South Africa won. Banana Brooks, well, I guess we'll have to support England this morning as they play against South Africa. As Chanderpaul steered that one to backward point, and there is no run. That was fast, 94.5. It's Jadeja bowling. So the slip is in place, the forward short leg, the mid wicket, the mid on, the mid off. The extra cover on the backward point and a man on the deep backward square leg boundary. Not quite on the boundary. You also have a man halfway on the mid wicket boundary. Jadeja over the wicket as the left arm orthodox spinner turned into Chanderpaul. He tapped it out into the offside. There's no run. 49 for 1. Jadeja. Chanderpaul is forward. He's 18. West Indies 49 for 1. So they're on the spot, but these guys are really... I see guys concentrating. They're really concentrating. Jadeja bowls. He's forward, taken on the pad. Hit outside the line of half stump. No damage done. And it's a clear strategy that you can see that the West Indies batsmen are trying their best to get outside the line of the half stump. They clearly hit him outside the line of the half stump there. Yes, well done. Bowls, he sweeps, he misses, comes off the gloves and drops in front of him. Lucky for him. 49 for 1. Canberra would have want some of those lucks. He has a royal smile. It's a 5-4 field at the moment. And they're putting the man at backward square leg. They're moving him to his left. So he's going finer towards long leg. Taken on the pad outside the line again. End of over number 20. Chanderpaul remains 18. Athanaze 17. West Indies 49 for 1. Replying to 518 for 5 made by India, who declared earlier today. Yeah, Banana Brooks, I did think so. Her bowling was so unfortunately poor, and she did came good with the bat. What, 84 from 54 delivers? Yeah, she did came good. She did it some ball, man. Boy. She hit a 6 of, was it deep with Sharma? Over deep mid wicket, man. That one was right out of the screw. Yeah, I think it was off Sharma. Yeah. Yadav bowls. Athanaze turn it away to the man at backward square leg. No run. 49 for 1. Stephen Roach. Stephen Roach say he's digging out. You're drilling a hole in the backyard to see if you have any oil can help the West Indies team. Money can't help the. Well, let me tell you. Listen to my video that I did on Monday. You know, Stephen Roach, I don't know if I don't need to go over about that, but just listen to my video that I did on Monday. Listen to the show that I did on Monday, and you will get the point. That money is not the all this talk about money is not the priority for me. I don't, and Lara said it. Lara heard the video that I did Monday, and he agrees with it. Yadav bowls to Athanaze, and he looks solid in defense. There he was, the bat coming out in front of the pad this time. I'd love to see that from side on, but looking at it from front on vision, it definitely appears to me that the bat was in front of the pad and not behind it on this occasion. Yadav, as he slipped on the forward short leg crouches, he bowls to Athanaze, and Athanaze played from the crease, but he was solid in defense. He allows it to come to him, head over the ball, playing it right under his eyes. 49 for 1. This 50 looks elusive. 20.4 overs have gone. Here is Kuldeep Yadav in his 6th over, none for 17 thus far. As the boundary lines with cameramen in Delhi. Some adjustment being made to the field. The man has come over now to seal it off. Bowls to Athanaze, and Athanaze played it to that man at seal it off. That was the adjustment. They move him from forward short leg to seal it off. As that ball spun across the left hander, it came right out of the middle of the Gray Nichols bat. Yes, that's the angle I want to see it from. That's where you need to play the ball from in front of the pad. The man at Silimid off is very close. Yadav bowled to Athanaze after back foot punch it back on the bunks to the bowler. 49 for 1 after 21. End of the over. Yes, sir. End of the over. How many consecutive made overs have they bowled now? They have bowled quite a few, you know. Mikel, how many consecutive made have they bowled? There's a theory that if you bowl five made over, the chance of you getting a wicket increase by how many percent they said, but it increased substantially. If you can bowl 5 or 6 made over, the chance of you getting a wicket will increase substantially. But they are on 49 for quite a while now, definitely. 21 overs have been bowled. You know what? Take the positive out of it. 21 overs bowled, West Indies on the last 1 wicket. That's a positive. Take that out of it, eh? Yes, let's take that positive out of it. Jadeja back into the attack, bowls to Chanderpaul, who plays from the crease. As usual, excitement from Jadeja, but nothing really doing. He's in his 4th over, 1 for 5 from his 3.1 over. Chanderpaul on 18 from 46. Athanaze on 17 from 57. Siraj coming closer as Gill look to just stifle the batsman. Let them feel that they are being stifled here. Jadeja bowl, Chanderpaul look to sweep. Again, he ensures that he gets outside the line of the half stump. This is a clear strategy from the West Indies batsmen that they're going to sweep, but they're going to get outside the line of the half stump when they are sweeping. There's a slip on a forward short leg. There's a backward square leg, a mid-wicket, a mid-on. Bowls to Chanderpaul, who played it back on the bunks to the bowler. That one went somewhere in the air, you know, somewhere in the air, and that's really, he tossed it up. 5 on the onside, 4 on the offside. Bowls to Chanderpaul, turn it to back to the man at forward short leg, and there's no run. So there's a forward short leg, a backward square leg, a man halfway to the deep mid-wicket boundary. Then there's a mid-wicket, a mid-on, a mid-off. Then there's a cover, and there's a slip in place. Bowls to Chanderpaul. Again, he blocks it back down the half side of the pitch. Jadeja stopped it with his right boot, then flicked it to his hand. The score remains at 49 for 1. 1 to come in over number 22. 1 to come. Comes in, bowls to Chanderpaul, who played it to mid-on, and there is no run. So the score remains at 49 for 1 after 22 overs. How long? Could somebody please tell me how many consecutive overs have been bowled? In saying that though, I just want to know it for myself, but the thing about it, last 5 overs, only 1 run. So 4 consecutive made overs have been bowled. And the theory is that 5 or 6 made overs generally give you a wicket. So we need to get a run out of this over. And take comfort in the fact that we have batted 22 overs already and we have only lost 1 wicket. Yes, so there have been 4 consecutive maidens. And thank you for listening to me. And said, swept away powerfully down towards deep mid-wicket for 4. 53 for 1. Athanaze moves up now to 21 as he swept that from Kuldeep down to maybe more backward of square leg. I did say deep mid-wicket, but looking at the shot, it probably, yeah, I think it's mid-wicket. Look at it. Let me see. This will be better. It's square leg, It's square leg. It's square leg. So good shot there. 53 for 1. So we break that stranglehold. Kuldeep Yadav, the left-arm Chinaman googly bowler full toss to Athanaze. That he played it to backward square leg, but as you hear me, I stammered there now because he really should hit that over long on for 6 more. Envoy said the clerk did owe us with her poor bowling. Yes. Athanaze and Chanderpaul are really fighting hard. I think so too. Out there, good for them to tire out the bowlers. Yes, I believe so too. Yadav bowls to Chanderpaul. He played it from his crease, probably in his crease, but he watched the ball very closely. Hands and head by the Indians, but he was watching the ball. The shaken means nothing if the batsman is watching the ball like that. So you can shake your head till it dropped off Kuldeep Yadav. Athanaze is really watching the ball. Yadav reverse sweep comes out and it goes away down to third man for 4. So the reverse sweep comes out from Athanaze 25. He is now West Indies 57 for 1. The reverse sweep comes out. Well played, boy. Came out and down to third man. Let's see. Oh, did he pick it right? He probably, probably missing leg stump. I don't like the reverse sweep off the stump. That one, to me, was he played it well. Bowls to Athanaze and he's forward. Back down the pitch to the bowler and there is no run. Are we defending or being pushed back? I think I look off both. I think there's some deliveries that bowl during that time, Athena, that should have been hit away. But I think it's but the bowling is relentless. Athanaze again covers up. End of over number 23, 57 for 1. If we find the hack oil in my backyard, I would use the money to organize 2 regional competitions. First, a regional schoolboy 50 overs competition with the best school team winning $500,000 Jamaican dollars, said Stephen Roach. Well, those are kind sentiments. Let's see. So Banana Brooks was saying it was 27 deliveries. Okay. So it never reached the 5 overs because the theory is that, as I said, 5 or 6 overs, mid overs generally produce a wicket. Secondly, a regional club cricket 50 overs competition with the winning regional club winning 1 million. So we're me aisle, they said Stephen Roach. Forward comes Chanderpaul, he blocks it back down the half side of the pitch to the Jadeja. Does that look a bit of money still, Stephen Roach? That is not even 10. Down the pitch come Chanderpaul and he hit it over the head of the man at Longhorn, sorry. Wow, I have to laugh, It's 61 for 1, but he came down the pitch. Jadeja laughing over Bumrah head, who was like halfway to the boundary. He uses his feet, came down the pitch and hit it. He never got it right out of the screw. But nonetheless, it's 4 runs. He used his feet. And he looks now to sweep, but again, he got outside the line of the half stump, 61 for 1. So Chanderpaul is on 22, Athanaze is on 25. I think that shot was more out of frustration, but he definitely needs to keep his calm here. Gerald Music, big up my friend, big up, how you doing? Forward comes Chanderpaul. Yeah, you're asking if I'm doing a poll today. We could do a poll, yes. We could definitely do a poll. Oh, please smash a like on the video. Click on that thumbs up button. If you're not seeing the thumbs up button, click off the live chat and click on the thumbs up button and show your support. And also check out our links in the video description, the Cricket Forum store. So support the Cricket Forum store by clicking on the link in the video description. We also have COOFANDY, the best in men's fashion. As that one kept low, did it come off the inside edge? It runs into the boundary for 4 behind the keeper. It's 4 runs. It was a bottom edge that beat the keeper. Chanderpaul of a right smile, 65 for 1. He moves up to 26 from 57 deliveries. As it was outside the half stump, he looks to cut, but it kept low. It get the bottom edge. The gloves it got just missed the half stump. Beat the keeper down behind him for 4. 65 for 1. Look a lot going West Indies way, and you deserve it. Well, at the time I said that he was very unlucky, very unfortunate. I never know that the rule changed where if the ball hit the field at forward short leg helmet, you can still catch it. I never knew that that rule is changed. Apparently it has changed. I think that he was unlucky, but the bottom line is that if he never hit the ball in the air, the fielder couldn't catch it. So I really think that he was unlucky. So 65 for 1, Athanaze on 25, Chanderpaul on 26. So we are just about to start the World Cup match between Sri Lanka and India. Sunda to continue, comes in, bowls to Athanaze, who drives down to the field and the cover boundary for a single, one more to the total. And the return comes in that the keeper jumps and West Indies get a single. So it's going to move up now to 67. So instead of getting one, they got two. 67 now for one after 24.1 overs. This is good enough. First delivery in the World Cup, it away for 4. England are off and running. Banana Brooks, I know you like that. So you have a lot of cricket watching now, Banana Brooks. You're watching West Indies and you're watching England. He looks to reverse sweep and it goes away for 4, has it? Yes, it does. Why the cameraman not following the ball? 71 now for 1. Athanaze reverse sweep and he moves up to 31. So that was outside the line of the half stump. That was definitely outside the line of the half stump. It came off the gloves. I don't want him to play that reverse sweep with the man at short. There's a slip on a short third man. Why you choose to play it? You know? Why does he choose to play? 71 for 1. Please slash a like on the video and check out the Cricket Forum store. And check out COOFANDY in the video description. Support the channel. Athanaze blocked that delivery from Washington. Sunda score remains at 71 for 1. 24.4 overs have been bowled. Really getting hungry here early in the morning, you know. Absolute hungry. You hear that, Belch? Really need a cup of tea. Athanaze turned that one to forward short leg. One delivery to come in the over. As we watch. Ball to Athanaze and he drives to mid on and there is no run. End of the over, 71 for 1 after 25. So West Indies replying to 518 for 5. 518 for 5. India. So 75 for 1. When I leave it was 73. So why the score keep going down? 72 for 1. I'm sure when I came just now it was 75 for 1. So I thought, and it gone up back for 73 for 1. I don't know what happened because obviously I was in the kitchen. 73 for 1 though is Jadeja to bowl to Chanderpaul, who's on 28, and he sweeps this away down towards fine leg. There's a loud appeal he's given. Oh, he has given it. He's asking Athanaze whether he should review it. And they decide to review it at the last moment. So for a moment I thought he got some gloves onto it, but clearly it was off the pad. He's dead. He's dead. So both dismissals are from sweep shot off the bowling of Jadeja. Yeah. I'm not seeing the leg stump. Are you seeing the leg stump? I really want to see a more advanced picture. Is that middle stump I'm seeing, or is it leg stump? If it's middle stump I'm seeing, he's out. He's out. He's out. Should not have reviewed that. He's out, man. He's out. Is that off the gloves? Is that ball touched the gloves? Let's see. That ball is very close to the gloves, you know. Oh, no. 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 Go back a little. Because that ball may touch the gloves, you know. You need to go back a little. He's out. Oh, it missing. It missing. Well done. It missing. It missing. It missing. Oh, it missing. 73 for 1. Yes, 73 for 1. You have to stop sweep when the ball is on the stump. I think you were sweeping well when the ball is outside. Hug up that, Jadeja. Hug up that. Hug up that. Hug up that. Hug up that. The two greats sitting beside each other. Hug up that. Hug up that. Hug up that. Over the wicket, bowls to Chanderpaul and he defends. Yeah. Yes, batters must not undo all this hard work going tonight. Nigel Brown said, let's the guy bats as much made. Well, you know, Nigel Brown, I don't know the point you're trying to make, but I think you're because I said that 5 or 6 made overs generally result in a wicket. That's not bar talk, you know. The first thing, that's not bar talk. It's literally what happened in cricket, you know. So I am not here saying that they should go out and all guns blazing. I'm telling you what the stats shows in cricket. So it's not bar talk here, Nigel Brown. You know, this is not bar talk. So don't come with a bar talk if you don't know the stats. And, you know, so you're saying, let's the guy. So who was saying that they shouldn't bat as well? You said much, but it's really many. Many should be there. So who was saying that they shouldn't bat as many overs as possible? But it's the data shows that when you bowl 5 or 6 consecutive made overs, it generally results in a wicket. And nonetheless, that time has passed long ago. But you know, you just want to come and say something because you want to have one up. But the data show it does. What have 3 days have to do with the data when the data shows that if you bat 5 or 6 over, you generally lose a wicket. Made over, you generally lose a wicket. Eh? Even if it's half a day you have. Even if it's half a day left. If you play 5 or 6 consecutive made overs, you generally lose a wicket. So I don't know the point you're trying to make, but You know, most of us hide behind the keyboard and and type something. So, but I don't know what that point you're trying to make. Apparently, you don't know the data, you know. As that one pops and it turns away down to backward square leg. You need to listen to the show that I did yesterday morning, and you would not have made that comment. You know, that comment was in you're making comments in isolation without knowing the details. Bobby, you're saying that the sweep shots are making you nervous. He must thank Athanaze. Yes, Athanaze forced him. Athanaze said, go on, and I said the time I run out. As he blocks that one down the inside of the pitch, 75 for 1. Yeah, Bobby, 75 for 1, West Indies. And it's a long time West Indies haven't batted, you know, this long and only lose 1 wicket. So, definitely. Sunda bowls to Athanaze, and Athanaze ramp this half scoop, half ramp down to fine leg for 4. He's bringing out the whole repertoire. 79 for 1. He moves up now to 36. Good shot. It was from outside the half stump. I don't have a problem, you know, Bobby, when he plays it from out. Well, was it outside the half stump, Bobby? But he was in control, though. He played it well. You know? 79 for 1. When comments are made in isolation, man, without context, it always come over wrong. And you're going to get pushed back. As that returns is sending 81 now for 1 at the end of the over. This water must be boiling. 81 for 1 at the end of the over. Oh, somebody just hit a 6. Oh, lovely shot by Chanderpaul. Oh, I want to see that. I saw the ball in the air. Did he use his feet? 87 now for 1. I want to see it from a different angle. As Jadeja turns and looks at that one sail high in the air and out of the ground. Bowls to Chanderpaul is forward. This is what happens when you bat long, you know, batting becomes much easier. Definitely becomes much easier. Hedge caught at slip. He goes. Chanderpaul goes for 34. West Indies 87 for 2. As he pushes away from his body. He pushes at that away from his body. Should have left it to go through. Yeah, well, Valerie, man, you get Tage out, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, yeah, you're repeating now what you should have done, but you push away from your body. So again, West Indies batsman gave away their wicket. Interestingly, though, that he made his average, but he never made 10 above his average. And that's what you really want. Valerie, did you get Chanderpaul out, Valerie? If Valerie, you get Chanderpaul out. You're so correct, Gerald Music. He actually played the ball in Slip's hand, pushes away from his body. I think now is the drinks break, isn't it? Wow. You know, 87 for 2. And that's the difference between an average batsman and a good batsman, you know. A good batsman not getting out like that, you know. Not on 34. A good batsman not getting out like that on 34. Probably when he's tired, I would tell. Chanderpaul may be tired. But a good batsman is not gonna get out like that on 34. And 34, a good batsman is tight, he's solid, he gotta start, he's not giving it away. Well, someone like Arrowbrook, but that's a different type of batting. But Chanderpaul batting should not have given it away. Should not have given it away. Khaled Sharon said about the bowlers, well, that one passed. Valerie, you are to be blamed for the dismissal of Chanderpaul, you know, Valerie. You are to be blamed for the dismissal of Chanderpaul. You and Nigel Brown are to be blamed for the dismissal of Chanderpaul. Yeah, well, at 27 overs old, he shouldn't be playing that shot, man. He's set. He has faced 67 deliveries. A good batsman not getting out like that after facing 67 deliveries, man. No, man. Not getting out like that. So Sheo comes to the crease. Wow, that average going down every day. 24.23. Well, can he get 34 today? 35. That's where he, get 35 and build from there. Kervin Duncan, good morning to you. Jadeja bowls to Sheo, who played out into the offside. There's no run. Gerald Music said that innings hurt more than a first ball ducks. He was in. Ambition should have kicked in now. I agree with you, Gerald Music. No pride. No pride. And as Black that one, but maybe the real thing though, Gerald Music is what I said up front. It's the difference between a good batsman and an average batsman. An average batsman gets out even after they are well set. Oh, he's out. Not out. It's struck outside the line of half stump. If it didn't come off the bat, he's not out. It's struck outside the line of half stump. They're going to review it, but I think it's struck outside the line of half stump. That's what they say in cricket, man. 1 wicket bring 2. Damn Chanderpaul, man. You're right, Gerald Music. Chanderpaul dismissal hurts more than if it was a first ball ducks. How can you be in and throw away your wicket like that? But I really think this one from Hope struck him outside the line of the half stump. And it's high too. I think it's high and it struck him in line, but I think it's probably height. No, I maintain that it struck him outside the line of the half stump. I want to maintain that. And I think it's also high. Both umpires call. Well, that happened to Rahul yesterday. So you have to just hug up that. I agree with you, Envar. Just one batsman to get 100 and 320 is possible. Well, Curvin Duncan, it was a plum, eh? I hope searching for the ball as that one somehow goes down to third man for 4. It beat the slip as it comes off the edge and goes down to third man for 4. Nigel Brown, I don't quite understand what you're saying, and you see, you have if in your statement, and if doesn't play the cricket. The reality is that he's gone for 34, playing a bad shot after being well set. That's the reality. The difference between an average batsman and a good batsman. Well set, 67 deliveries, 34, and play an ordinary shot to get out. Good batsmen don't get out like that. West Indies 92 for 2 at the end of 28. If if there's so many if doesn't play the cricket, boss. It's the reality. And so Bumrah is back into the attack. I suspected this because Shea Hope is at the crease. So he comes back to get the wicket of Shea Hope. Athanaze turned that away down backward of square leg. Work for the fielder. They should come back for 2. Guess Shea Hope is happy about that as they are back for 2. 94 now for 2. Athanaze move up to 40. Bobby, you think he got too complacent? But if you say that he got too complacent, Bobby, that make my point again. Good batsmen don't get complacent. It's because he's an average batsman, so he reached 34, so you think that, whoa, yeah, me good now. But a good batsman who makes a lot of runs all the time will not get complacent on 34 because he will know that there's still a lot of work to be done. So, yeah. If Hope is smart, he can boost his average here, say Bobby. But you see they come back, turn away to mid-wicket, and there's no run. They brought back Bumrah to get Hope. So probably they are outsmarting us, Bobby. What do you think? They brought back Bumrah and said, knock over Hope for us now. You know? Please remember to slash a like on the video. If you are not seeing the thumbs up button, click off the live chat and slash a like on the video. Oh, that cup of Milo let me belch just now. Still hungry, but the cup of Milo works a little. Bumrah to Athanaze, pitch drop, driven down the ground, go for a single mid-on, comes across, stopped it, but then picked up cleanly, 95 for 2. 95 for 2. And please also check out the Cricket Forum stores. Cricket Forum store, the link is in the video description. I should have the QR code for COOFANDY, the best in men's fashion. Check them out. They have a wide range of fashions for men. A leading fashion store. I wear COOFANDY. I wear their shirts, their jackets, their pants. You know, they have some wonderful jacket. You know, I'm invited to church today. Would I be able to make it? I don't know. I probably want to sleep. As that one is steered away down to the boundary for 4. Good shot by Shea Hope. He moves up now to 6. Bobby Brown said he's not a good batsman. You're referring to King Nelson. Good morning, man. Respect. You're referring to Chanderpaul? Yeah. Good batsmen don't get out like that. Bowls to Hope and that one comes back into him and he plays it out into the covers. Expect the short ball anytime now. Don't. Hope must can see over Bumrah on this pitch. Well, let's hope so. Big up yourself, Gerald Music. I appreciate that very much. I really always welcome the compliments. They means a lot to me. They do a lot for me. They build my confidence. They swell my head sometimes. They build my confidence definitely. And I always welcome the compliments. And I will continue to try to do my best. Full toss, which hopes just tap to mid off and goes through for a single. Come on. You have to put away the full toss, man. Full toss. And you are so nervous that you cannot put it away. West Indies 100 up. This sound good. Listen, West Indies 100 for 2. 100 for 2. Doesn't that sound good, man? At the end of over number 29, West Indies 100 for 2. Really sound good. Thank you very much, Gerald Music. I appreciate it, man. Kervin Duncan said, no, I don't use milk any at all, Kervin Duncan. I don't use milk, and I don't use sugar. I use the Milo as a sweetener itself, so I put like 2 tablespoons of Milo in it. So I use the Milo as a sweetener itself. Yeah, I don't use milk or sugar any at all. None at all. I don't use milk or sugar. I do sometimes drink drinks that definitely have sugar in it. And I do have some ice cream now and then. And I do have some chocolate now and then. So it's not that I don't eat chocolate or eat things with milk. I do eat ice cream. I do eat. Turn away by Sheob through mid-wicket. He will get at least 2 here. Hopefully he will come back for 3 as Siraj and Sunda gave chase, but they stay on 2. The score goes up to 102. Hope moves up to 11. So yes, I do eat the ice cream. I do eat chocolate, but the milk I don't use milk as a sweetener or sugar as a sweetener. Period. None at all. None at all. I don't. Ainsworth Irish, good morning. Ainsworth Irish. Forward comes Sheo. 2 slip in place. He blocks that one well. Ainsworth Irish, I don't want to say anything yet, I don't want to say anything yet, Ainsworth Irish. Forward again as, I don't like the idea of seeing the Stumps when Hope is playing those forward defensive stroke with the bat behind the pad, look. You see it? I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it. Jadeja to Hope again. This one comes off the inner portion of the bat down to backward square leg. 102 for 2. The score remains. Boy, and he's not inspired. He's not inspiring confidence at all. I'm not telling any lie. He's not inspiring any confidence at all. Yeah. And he drives onto the front foot. That looks much, much better to extra cover. 102 for 2 at the end of 30. Yes, man. This is good from West Indies. Batting 30 overs and only losing 2 wickets. That's good. 102 for 2. 102 for 2. Yeah. So I'm not a milk person. I'm not a sugar person. And sometime in the morning I don't even use Milo. I don't use what they call it, condiment or condiments. What they call it, Athena. You know these things. Sometimes I don't use any of those things. I just boil the water and drink a cup just like it is. The hot water. Just like it is. Yeah. I enjoy it. I mean, I've been always doing it over the years, so I've now acquired the taste. You know what they call acquired taste? Bumrah. As people are waking up every time in the Caribbean. Bumrah bowls to Athanaze, who plays that into the man at extra cover, and there is no run. So Athanaze is looking good, you know. How many did they put on? Chanderpaul and Athanaze. I don't quite remember. Athanaze played Bumrah to middle, and again there is no run. How many did two of them put on? So yes, so there's a QR code. Please scan the QR code for COOFANDY. So scan the QR code or click on the link in the video description. Bowls to Athanaze and he's forward. You guys wanna leave Athanaze alone, man. Wanna leave Athanaze alone, man. Yeah, let's see how many players can bat for long periods, said Steve Russell. Where's Nigel Brown? Him ducking? Nigel Brown hide and gone. Oh, if you have my name and a duck. Nigel Brown can't manage a banter. Gone? Calling Nigel Brown, man. Come in, Nigel Brown. Where you there? Well, thank you for that, Ainsworth. Bumrah to Athanaze, solid in defense as he strokes that to mid off. 102 for 2. What about using HO? What is HO, Athena? Please tell me. Please tell me what is HO. I use almost anything, and I don't mind some orange leaf or some mint or all of those things. I don't mind those, but sometimes I just go straight with the straight water. Bumrah round the wicket to Athanaze. He's in, clipped away down the leg side, misses, goes through to the keeper. 102 for 2 after 30.5. What is HO, Athena, please? Thank you, Ainsworth. 66, both of them added. Not bad. Put it into context. That's a good partnership. Very good partnership. Athanaze seconds. Bumrah round the wicket. Bowls to Athanaze. Short. He pulls, globs it down to fine leg. It running away towards the boundary. The fielder cannot get around. He moves up to 45. Oh, off the pad. Off his body. I thought it was off the gloves. As he looks to pull, Bumrah went into the mud. But Athanaze was through the shot even before the ball reached him. It was slow. I think he was through the shot before the ball reached. I'd like to see the replay. 106 for 2 though at the end of over number. Here's the replay at the end of over number 31. Bumrah from round the wicket went into the mud. He was through the shot, flush on the helmet, you know. He was pulling too low. It bounced steeper than he expected. Was through the shot. 106 for 2. Oh, Oni, Stephen, Stephen said Nigel Brown is digging for oil in his backyard too. Well, let's hope so. Oh, okay, Nigel Brown is right. It's because it seems like you're gonna hide, man. You fire a punch and me fire back a punch and you look like you're gonna hide. You have to love it banter, you know. You have to can deal with the banter. It's no hard feelings, it's just banter. No malice, as I always said, no prejudice. It's just banter. Flush on the helmet. It climbs steeply on Athanaze. Right. So So Sharma is saying, I like this brand of cricket from the West Indies. Well, please tell us, please elaborate on what you mean by brand. You know, Jadeja bowls to Hope in that customary fashion where he goes deep in his crease and flicked it to mid wicket. No run. 106 for 2. Um, Dean the man said we cooking, boys. I think it's probably too early. I notice you don't like some certain type of comments, so I'm keeping my thoughts. I don't I don't know what you mean by that. But I don't have to like your comment or agree with your comment. If I always like your comment and always agree with your comment, you should be very worried. You should express your opinions, and I will give you my opinion. But you were way off the mark with your opinion just now. Because no one was saying that the guys should not bat as long as possible. But what is it that you didn't know? That the data shows that when a team face 6 consecutive made overs, the possibility of them losing a wicket increase. No one was saying that they should play shots. We were just saying that don't let that happen. So, and I was saying, listen to the show. If you had listened to the show yesterday, you would not make that comment. So it's two separate things than to bat on, than to allow yourself to face 6 consecutive maidens, because the stats is against you surviving when you face 6 consecutive maiden. It's as simple as that. That doesn't mean that you're going to swing from the hip. It's the ability that I have, Nigel Brown, which it appears that you don't have. You don't have to separate issues. So that's the ability. Athena, I know you and Sheldon going to come with that, I know that you and Sheldon is going to come with that, Athena. Oh boy. Trinidad mash up Bermuda last night and Jamaica for go for 2-love. The Jamaica team was slow last night. They look lackadaisical. We probably need to change the entire starting 11 for the match. When is it? Tuesday that we'll play in Bermuda. If you go for 2-love. I know you and Sheldon going to come with that, so I'm expecting Sheldon when he wakes up from his slumber. As Athanaze hit this to mid-wicket and is out. Dal is straight to mid-wicket. That's what I'm saying. These guys are average, mediocre batsmen. Every time him out, him looking at the bottom of his bat. They are mediocre batsmen who have no mental resilience. Alright. Canberra was unlucky. He was unlucky. He played the ball in the air, but he was unlucky. But he didn't get a start. Chanderpaul and Athanaze get start and throw the wicket away. So when I say these guys can't bat, I don't want anybody to tell me that them can't bat. Good batsmen don't give them wicket away after getting starts. Look at the ball. Just hit the damn ball down to long off. Oh my God. Oh, Beaumont out for 32. Banana Brooks, it looked like Athanaze and Beaumont wanted to come off the field at the same time. Nobody don't tell me that these guys can bat, man. Good batsmen don't get out that way. They just simply don't get out that way, especially after they face so many deliveries. The way Chanderpaul and Athanaze gets out, if they could bat, they would not have gotten out that way. I never, honestly, the backside, this man. This is madness. Absolute madness. Big AF, so Mr. Brown here, the debate here is always good because you understand cricket. Credit to you, sir. Thank you very much, Big AF. I appreciate those kind compliments. Face 84 balls and get out that way. Done cricket, of course, Bobby. Thank you, Athena, for that information. How do you get out that way? Look at the ball. I'm waiting on the replay. I'm sure that he could drive that ball down to mid-off. Look at that shot. What is he trying to do? It goes back to the fact that they cannot bat. Chase played this to mid-on and there is no run. Look at that. Oh, you must be playing a cross-batted shot to a ball that pitch in that era. Somebody tell me. Nigel Brown, tell me why he should be playing a cross-batted shot to a ball that pitch in that era. You can't bat, man. Bat what? Bat what, man? Then can't bat, man. Athanaze is looking at the bat like he's not holding it, said Stephen Roach. You can say that again, eh? Nigel Brown is saying that the bat hit the ground first. The bat hit the ground first because he played the wrong shot. He played the wrong shot. That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse, you know, Nigel Brown. Can't be an excuse. The bat hit the ground first before he played the wrong shot. You would never see Gill or Rahul or Jaraswal or Sai Sudarshan, whatsoever his name is. You would never see Joe Root. You never see, as mad as Harry is, Harry could not be playing that shot to that ball. He would never be playing that shot to that ball. See, you see how Ho played that ball just now? That's the type of shot that Athanaze should have played. 107 for 3. But he played those shots because he cannot bat. Concentration, said Stephen Roach. Stephen Russell, if you're satisfied with 100 for 3 on this pitch, you are satisfying with mediocrity. You are accepting mediocrity, Stephen Rose. Mentality weak, yeah. Oh, Chase goes, he just tap it back to Jadeja. What is happening? What's the shite is happening now? Let me calm down. So, gentlemen, according to Chase, they don't have enough money. They're not getting enough money. How much money would have prevent Chase from playing that shot right now? Somebody tell me. How much money would you need You see what Richards is saying? You see it there, Richards is pointing it out. Yeah, see like the exact point. High risk. Exactly, Brian Lara and Richards. I know what I'm talking about. Nigel Brown come talk about ball bat hit ground. Play the correct damn correct shot, no bat on hit ground. And chase what Chase is doing. How much money? How much money would you need to pay Chase for him not to play that shot? Because Chase is claiming that it is money why they're not performing enough. So much money that. Eh? How much money? It's just a damn bonehead. It's a bonehead shot in play. A bonehead shot he played. He played a bonehead shot. He shouldn't be in the test team. Imlach is onto the front foot, drives that out into the covers, 107 for 4. Bonehead shot. Chanderpaul bonehead. Athanaze bonehead. Chase bonehead. The only man you have some sympathy with. Look at that. Oh Lord Jesus Christ. So many things wrong with that shot. Yeah, exactly, Brian Lara. The man is too far outside. He's reaching too far out down. He's not allowing the ball to come to him. Exactly, Brian Lara. If you are rating the dismissals, you would give, Chase dismissal, as poor as it was, as outrageous as Chase dismissal was, you know that Chanderpaul and Athanaze dismissals beat it. Beat it by a mile, by a country mile. You know why? Chase on the face 7 deliveries. Athanaze was on 84 deliveries. Chanderpaul 67 deliveries. They were well set. So while Chase delivery was dismissal was outrageous, and you have to call it out for what it is, as OK comes onto the front foot and drove that down to cover for 4, 111 for 4. He moves up now to 16. Imlach is yet to score. And you have to call it out for what it is, because that's what it is. Chase disappointment, he should go to prison. And if you put it into context, Athanaze and Chanderpaul should go to solitary confinement. Valerie said, Mr. Brown, we have a bonehead team. Lovely shot by Shehope. Overpitched by Kuldeep. And he drilled it through the offside for 4. That's how Athanaze should have played the ball that he got out, Straight back, down back the pitch. Look at that. Look at, well played, man. He makes sure, look at him. Making sure that he missed the short cover. Good shot, Shehope. He's on 20. Prove me wrong today. He's back on his stump. Plays it down the offside of the pitch. Mr. Brown, I am paying him now. Mr. Brown said Larry Prince. How you doing, man? Glad to see you here. You say both batsmen are saying they say, oh, yeah. Off the back foot goes at Imlach is off the mark. That looks good for a singer. I don't doubt you, Stephen Roach. How many of these players would be able to represent their regions in that time. Maybe they would be able to represent the Windward Islands, but they wouldn't be able to represent any of the other 5 teams. Not the Leeward, not any of the big 4. So I'm not going to even talk about West Indies cricket. There are many of these players on the West Indies team right now which struggle to get into the University of the West Indies team. They would struggle to get into a Micro team, and they'll struggle to get into a UTEC team back in the 80s, early 90s. Forward comes Shea up as he blocks that one down the half side of the pitch. End of 35, West Indies won 16 for 4. It was Imlach who was the one that blocked it. Sorry, he's yet to get off the mark. Both batsmen look alike. I thought that the ball that went down to long on was Imlach, but it's actually Hope. He's on 21. Imlach yet to get off the mark. Yeah, many of these batsmen right now playing for the West Indies will struggle to get into a University of the West Indies team, a UTEC team, or a Micro team back in the 80s, early 90s. They would struggle to get in it. Yeah, as you know, definitely. So Larry Prince said, Mr. Brown, I am paying him now to chase him out of the team. That's a good one, Larry Prince. Bobby is saying, every time I see Jadeja is into the attack, bowls to Hope and Hope solid in defense. Every time I see Chase batting in test, he looks like a giraffe on roller skates, said Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown, you let me laugh. A giraffe on roller skates. Oh boy, can you imagine that? Yeah. Athanaze, if it wasn't so sad, I would laughter at your Chase sunblock joke. Betty Alford. Betty Alford, thank you for the laughter, you know. Valerie saying, oh, not getting enough money justify Chase approach to batting. That's what I'm asking Valerie. How much do you need to pay him to change his batting style? Man, the money have to go, yeah, man. Although I say, yeah, well done, Shea-Up. You heard what I said yesterday that, was it yesterday I said it, but sometime this week that I don't want these guys to play for us. I don't want them to play for the West Indies. No, not for the West Indies. They are playing for the West Indies. I don't want them to say they are playing for the badge. I don't want them to play for us. I don't want them to talk about they representing us. I don't want that. We don't want none of them something there. We don't want them to talk about they representing the people of the Caribbean and they're doing it for. No, I don't want that. None of that. Just go out there and play for yourself and your family. You know? Play for yourself and your family with pride. Do all of that and I'm sure that you'll perform better than this. We will accept what we get. Look at that. A man faced 67 delivery and just guide the ball into first slip. Him can bat. Bat what? Bat what? Sure. Why they make Viv and Lara watch this? Take them to the golf course, man. It's not fair on them to see this criminal cricket set big. You can imagine, man? Yeah. This should be the end of the Chase experiment as captain. Yeah? Yes. He was definitely taking evasive action, Mikel. I agree with you now and Carrie P that he was looking to protect himself. Not watching at the ball. I agree with you. I agree with you all too, Kervin Duncan. This is the last match for Chase. Chase out. Chase out after this. Chase out. Hope that he makes some runs in the second innings. Hope that he make a century in the innings, the second innings. But, well, you know, Kirvin Duncan, I withdraw that comment. You know why I withdraw that comment, Kirvin Duncan? There's a match still going on, and you really hope that he makes 100 in the second innings. You know, as a West Indian fan, you hope that he will come in the second innings and make 100. So I will reserve my comment, Kirvin Duncan, until after the match. Yadav over the wicket, balls to open up, drives. Good shot there. Look at that wrist. Look at that shoulder. I hope that they replay that shot and show Athanaze. 24 is up, 119 for 4 West Indies. I definitely hope that they replay that shot and show Athanaze. I can, really hope they do. Really, really hope they do. It's just some bonehead cricket, man. You'd have to open up off the back foot and he strokes it down to long on. Well, not really long on. The man is halfway to the boundary. That's Bumrah. And I get a single. 120 for 4. Imlach will comes into strike. How can Jadeja be picking up 3 wickets? And I'll know him no bowl a big ball. Him bowling some good balls, yes, because Jadeja always hit the spot. He's bowling some good balls. Forward comes Imlach and he blocks that one. Please, mental breakdown from these guys like Athanaze and Mr. Casanova, all of them. 3 of them. 3 of the 4 wickets were bonehead shots. Absolute bonehead. No mental resilience. Yadav bowls to Ope and Ope played it out into the offside. But you see the thing about Bobby, why I reserve my opinion until after the match? I really want him to make 100 in the second innings. A big 100. I want him to do that. And if a man make 100 in his last innings, you can't really drop him. So I'm not saying that he should go. He should lose the captaincy. Yes, one of the fast bowlers should captain the side. They are the one who are playing best cricket. Jadeja Seals doesn't seem to get any injury. He's always there. So my pick for the captaincy is definitely Alzarri Joseph. Alzarri Joseph is my pick for the captaincy. Yeah. Joseph. Warwican. Warwican or Joseph or Seals. Yeah. Well, I'll give Warwican because now if I'm being radical, 121 for 4 moves up to 26. If I'm being radical, I would give it to Joseph. If I'll give it to Joseph. I want to give it to Warwican. If I'm a coach coming in, I'm going to say Joseph. Joseph is my man. And I'm saying, Joseph, may have your back in the boss. May have your back. Just not break any rule. But run who you want to run, man. Anybody, if I say, Joseph, run who you want. Anybody you want to run, just tell me. And I'll run them. So Imlach is finally off the mark as he plays that one out into the covers and he's off the mark. He's now on 122 for 4 West Indies. Bonehead, man. Yeah, so I really look at that. Look at those dismissal. Look at Athanaze. Jesus Christ. Overcomer, good morning to you, man. How you doing? I have addressed it on a number of times, Sean. Unlucky, but he played the ball in the air. If you go back into the video, I would have given more details, but I've said it about 3 times. But a short answer to your question, he was unlucky, but he played the ball in the air. And if he didn't play the ball in the air, he would not have been out caught. So unlucky to be unlucky to get dismissed in that way. But if the ball was not in the air, he would not have been out caught. Forward. No, Stephen Roach. I remind me which year that happened. I don't know if that happened in Stephen Roach. That's not true, Stephen Roach. Maybe in the 90s, but not in the 70s and 80s. I don't remember. There was never a time that Sheffield we play Shell Shield home and away. So that comment is factually incorrect, Stephen Roach. So it's factually incorrect. There's never a time. Yes, Valerie, just play for yourself and your family. That's exactly Valerie. Don't play for me. Don't play for you, Valerie. You don't want them play for you. You don't want them play for me. You don't want them talk about playing for people of the Caribbean and playing for any badge. We don't want that. Play for your damn self and your family and we're good. We're good with that. Because if you have any pride doing that, you will be doing much better than you're doing now. Slip on a forward short leg as Imlach stretches right out and play that one to the man at cover. 122 for 4. How can you not score at least 50 on a pitch like this? Well, probably you get out like the way John Campbell get out, Bobby. That's the only way you should not score 50 on a pitch like this. Yadav to Imlach, turn it into the man at forward short leg and there's no run. Scott Charm. Do you think West Indies should bat one shot in the second innings and should Darren Sammy call a meeting tonight? You know, these are the things I love, you know. That's why maybe I couldn't be a coach, you know, because something like this I love. Let's, you know. So I'll call a meeting tonight. But before even I call a meeting tonight, I would have consulted the travel agency and I'd have asked them for the first flight leaving for the West Indies. Naturally, it's probably about 3 flights to get here, but they would know the first flight leaving for the West Indies. Yeah, you'll probably buy one ticket, but it's probably about 3 flights. You'll probably take one. You'll probably leave Delhi to Dubai, and from Dubai to Los Angeles, and from Los Angeles to Barbados. So I would contact the travel agency and ring them up. I would call the cricket manager and said, I don't need to connect so I would say to Raw Lewis, if I'm the coach, let's take this delivery. Yadav, bold, solid in defense, hope. He's watching the ball closely. He's batting like how Athanaze and Chanderpaul was batting at the start of their innings. He's showing some determination here. I love this from Hope, you know. Yeah, I love this from Hope. You know, in context, I love what Chanderpaul and Athanaze was doing. But then they, good shot there by Sheob, pitched up and he just caresses it away down to extra cover for 4. 127 for 4. Pitched up and he just caresses it away down to extra cover boundary. End of over number 39. So let me go through that quickly. So I'll say, because Roy Lewis is right beside me and say, Roy Lewis called, is Rowan Older is a cricket manager? I said, call Older and tell him to book a flight for Chase now. And also call the hotel and tell them to check out Chase. Yeah. So after the day's play, I will call a meeting right out on the field. Right out on the field. And on the field, I'll say, Chase, I am sending you home now. I don't want you to even play in the rest of this match. You're you have been checked out of the hotel, so the taxi is waiting for you to go back to your hotel to pick up your gears. The flight has already been booked. It is leaving at 8 o'clock tonight. You will be in Barbados by Monday morning. Thank you for your service. Get out of my sight.
Where is John P. Nicol? Where is John P. Nicol?
I can't wait to hear John P. Nicol reaction to that. What do you mean real legit? I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? Real legit, man. Don't do that, man. The man is batting at 5 for the West Indies. Come in. What is a bowling all-rounder, though? I don't know what is a bowling all-rounder, you know. Tell me. I know all-rounder. I don't know about batting all-rounder or bowling all-rounder. I know all-rounder. And my interpretation of an all-rounder is a man whose batting average is higher than his bowling average. That's my interpretation of an all-rounder. If your batting average is higher, my interpretation of an all-rounder, if you are batting in the top 6, maybe top 7, but preferably top 6, and your batting average is higher than your bowling average, then you're an all-rounder. What is a bowling all-rounder? All right, so let me give you the benefit of the doubt and say that there's something that there's a bowling all-rounder. How can a bowling all-rounder batting in the top 5 of a test team? Come really legit. You know, you might be a supporter of Chase. I know you're going to say no because I said that you are. I know that you are my from Barbados, but you will say no because I said you are. So I know that you may say those things. Whether we believe or not is another thing, so you can go ahead and say them. But that is one rubbish excuse that you are finding for Chase dismissal, talking about the man is a bowling all-rounder. One rubbish excuse. Secondly, you know what is Chase high score in cricket? I've never seen anything like this yet. Real legit? Oh man. Real legit, go back to sleep, boss. Go back to sleep, real legit. Go back to sleep. That one grips and turn. It was like one of those deliveries that Warwick can bowl. Well played though, Shea-Up. He never pushed his hand at it, but look at how he kept his hand close to his body. Well done. Well done, Shea-Up. Well played. Go back to sleep, real legit. I think you're still dreaming. My friend, real legit. Nice one. Thank you for the laugh, real legit. I really appreciate that. 128 for 4 after 39.5. Oh, it's the score on the screen. What does that mean here? Why the score on the screen is ahead? Yeah, so it's 128 for 4 after 40. Which second innings you're talking about, said? None of the bats. It's a test match. In case you didn't know, it's a test match, Paul. It's a test match. None of the batsmen deserve to be captain. True? Yeah. Alzar me I go with. Curtis Coombs. When you see this type of batting, I know your son prefer. Your son is a bowler, is a batsman. But any young person with pride in the Caribbean now must be looking at this and say that we can do better than that. They just need the Arun Jaitley Stadium. It's a phrase that I used to use a lot a year ago, but I haven't used it for a while. But but it's something that I use. I said, hard work beats talent that doesn't work hard. Yeah, every day. Hard work is going to beat talent if the talent doesn't work hard. Imlach doesn't seem to be picking the Chinaman googly bowler here. Cooled off Yadif round the wicket, struck him on the pad. 128 for 4. And come out from a case, no man. Come out from a case. Come out from a case with Jamaica losing, man. Come out from a case. Sheldon, Athena, and now Curtis Crook. Come out from a case. Come out from a case. Warm tuna, man. There's a slipper forward short leg and a cylinder off. Could have bowls to Imlach and Sorrow. He gets it into the gap. down towards third man for 2. Imlach is on 3, 130 for 4. 5 in fact, he's on 5, 130 for 4. Gonna come out from a case. Bobby said Athanaze gets 30 and think he's done enough. But he has not played the one a season. Remember that he drew a half century every season, so maybe we are going to get that in the second innings, Bobby. So maybe we are going to get the 90 yard in the second innings from Athanaze. Eh? Nigel Brown said, with Canberra dismissal, the fielder did the right thing. He turned away with his hands open and the ball stuck. He didn't really went for the catch. That's how I see it. That's a good point doing a Nigel Brown. So you see, so when you make sense, I can agree with you. When you pull, let's say you see that I can agree with some of the things. Not that I agreeing with it. I think that, but I understand the point that you are making. Yeah, I understand the point that you are making. Not saying that I agree with it, but I understand that point. That's a much better point than the one that you made earlier. I understand that point. So there are 2 slips, a forward short leg and a silly mid off as Imlach turned that back with a square leg for a single. 131 for 4. Thank you very much, Athena. Please slash a like on the video. Please. If you are not seeing the thumbs up button, just click off the live chat and slash a like on the video. The West Indies batsmen almost collided in each other. All's well that ends well. 131 for 4. 1 to come after this over. 1 to come in this over, sorry. So many things going through my mind. Hope is off the back foot. He plays this one down to the man halfway to the boundary. 131 for 4 at the end of the over. So today's show is brought to you by COOFANDY. COOFANDY, the best in men's fashion, stylish. You know, I wear COOFANDY clothes a lot, both on and off stream. So scan the QR code there, and when you scan that QR code, it will take you right to the COOFANDY store, or you can click the link in the video description. The Cricket Forum store is also in the video description, so click on the link in the video description, and it will take you right to the Cricket Forum storefront on Amazon, and so you can support us there. There's a lot of things in the Cricket Forum stores, cricket gears as expected, and a lot of fashions and other items. So there's a wide range of things. Just scroll through the store, you know, so our storefront there. So just click on the link, it will take you to our storefront on Amazon. So please support the channel. Off the back foot, cut away by Imlach down towards the boundary. The fielder comes around, can't get there, 4 runs. Oh, it wasn't the fielder, it was a guy outside the circle. 135 for 4. Since 2019, Hope averaged 17.5. Whoa, that average is embarrassing. That the average of some bowlers in some teams, said Mr. Casanova. Yeah, but remember, we're always pointing it out, Mr. Casanova, that although his overall test average was 25.05 before he was recalled for the Australia series, that in truth and fact, in his last 5 matches or so, he was averaging 12, and that in his last 10 matches, he was averaging 17 point something. Yeah, we have been pointing that out. But those things, somebody said the scale hasn't come from over Darren Sammy eye yet for him to see those things. But all that being said, though, we want Hope to bat good today, and he looks determined. We are at closer play now, but I don't know how many overs remain in the day's play. How many overs did West Indies bowl? Did they bowl 20 odd in the early morning session? And how many did they? I can tell you how many overs remain in the day's play. 134, that means they bowled 44. They bowled 44 overs this morning. Then you add 2 to that, that makes it 46. and so this is 48. This is now 88. So 2 overs remaining in the day's play. Michael Douglas is worried, very worried. Michael Douglas always said that we lose wicket at this time. So 2 overs remaining in the day's play. So 42 and 46 is 88. So 2 overs remaining in the day's play. Michael Douglas is very worried. We tend to lose wickets at this time. Stephen Rhodes said, get rid of Sammy now. Well, 95% of you said, the last poll we did, 95% of you said that Sammy should go. I am not going to do a poll on Sammy. I'm going to do a poll on Chase and Sammy, but I'll wait until after the match. Kervin Duncan, big up yourself. Even if Chase makes a century, he still has to go. It would be like putting bandage on a bullet wound. So, all right, thank you. So what I got the point that you're saying, Kervin, but I'm not going to drop a man who make 100 in his last innings. It has happened before in Test cricket where a man makes 100 and didn't play the next match. But on each of those occasions that it happened, it was a bowler. But I can't recall it happened to a batsman who make 100 and was dropped. Probably in the case of Gus Logie, he was injured. But he still came back and played for West Indies. It was injured while he was left out of the match, and Richie Richardson took his place and made back-to-back 100 and never looked back from then. Because you must remember that Richie Richardson was dropped, you know. He was dropped for the Test match. Logie got injured. Richardson get back in place, back-to-back 100. Wow, yeah. Yes. Sundar bowls to Hope and he's forward. There's a slip, cylinder off and forward short leg. You know? So I think that 1 over after this, 9 deliveries to go. I'm nervous like hell. So slip, cylinder off, forward short leg, backward point, mid off, mid on, mid wicket. Those are the 6 fielders that I'm seeing. Sundar bowls to Hope. Hope on the front foot, plays it to the left of mid off. They goes through for a single, 136 for 4 after 42.4. My big worry would be captaincy would affect fast bowlers' performance. Batters gonna be crap. But what about but Big AF, what about this guy from Australia? What's his name? Pat Cummins. I think it make him a better bowler since then. Stephen Roach believed that Joshua Da Silva should have been captain. No, can't be. Swept away by who was on strike there? Is it Imlach? Yes, Imlach swept it away down back with a square leg for 4. Brave shot by Imlach. I think that's a statement shot. 140 for 4. This is what you call it. This is tactics as it best, you know. Imlach wants to get the fielders from around his bat. But I think Gill is saying, boss, 7 deliveries remaining in the day's play, you know. 7. Me now move them. 6 now. End of over number 43. So 43 and 46 make it 89. So 1 delivery to come. Or Stump. It's Stump. Okay, so what I usually do is that 134.2 overs, I usually count the 0.2 as one of the over. But apparently they don't do that. So they add 2 overs to the 34.2 and make it 37. So it Stumps. So I'm happy to see that West Indies never lost another wicket. There was not this dramatic collapse. I like the way Hope is batting. I like the way Imlach is batting. Imlach is on 14 from 31 deliveries. Shea Hope is on 31 from 46 deliveries. I am definitely going to get some sleep now because I'll definitely be here for the watch along for the start of the West Indies innings tonight. You know, I've been invited to a church service today, a community church day at the Adventist church. You know, if I wake up like 10 o'clock, 10:30, I will have a shower and go down there. So let's hope so, you know. Da Silva can't be captain. You know why? He is not a sure pick in the team. You know, Da Silva name can be put in the hat like anyone else and shake up and take out one. You want a sure pick. Sheldon said Alzar cannot be captain with his attitude. I don't mind the attitude, Sheldon. I don't mind the attitude. Thank you for your opinion. My opinion differs from yours. He's the man I want to captain the team. I think that this West Indies team need a and I'm putting this in quotation mark. This West Indies cricket team need a man with real attitude. Somebody like Viv Richards, where we come in at the dressing room and if you make ducks, him throw you and your things them out of the, well, not you, but he will dash your things them out of the dressing room and so on. Somebody who's going to set up a hierarchy. You know, somebody like that we want. So, in quotation mark, we want a bad man captain for the West Indies right now. A real bad man captain. We don't need a nice boy captain for the West Indies right now. Not a nice boy. Not that you're going to abuse or disrespect person. I want to make that absolutely clear. Not that you're going to be abusive or disrespectful to person, but you need a no-nonsense captain. Absolute no-nonsense captain. You know? So if you're a captain who's not putting up with any shite, absolutely no shite. That's the type of captain that we need right now. You know, that's the type of captain that West Indies need right now. Alzari should be the captain or Warrican and make Seal the vice captain. I've been telling people Warrican has a good cricket IQ. Yeah, Bobby, you and I are on the same wavelength there. Absolutely same wavelength. You know, persons come here and they bash Warrican. But I noticed that the majority of persons who bash Warrican, like 95% of the persons who want to underrate Warrican, are Gudakesh Moti fans. They're either from Guyana or a fan of Gudakesh Moti. And so they think that the best way to get Moti into the team is to discredit Warrican. But when you look at Warrican numbers, and I've been asked the question, name me one tournament with a regional 4-day tournament, regional Super 50 tournament, a West Indies test match, one tournament except this year's CPL, which is the first time Warrican having a go in CPL. One tournament or one match that Moti and Warrican play together and Moti outbowl Warrican. Tell me the one match. One match. So Bobby, I always put it forward. The bowlers got more passion and pride, unlike our batsmen. Mr. Katsunova, I've been asking myself the question. Aren't our batsmen batting to our bowlers in the nets? Because it can't be that they are batting to them and not improving. Yeah, do our batsmen have the pride and said, you know, something just come to me a while ago. Something just come to me a while ago, you know, but no, they are human beings, so they're not going to be able to do it. They are not going to be able to do it. But if they are not human beings, you know, and you know that you could spell them, you know. I would put our batsmen in the net and say, like, for example, well, anyway, like Hope or Imlach, because they are batting. No, I just choose a name at random. And say, I say, Hope, you are going to bat a hour. But if you get out, you will have to bat 2 hours. And I'm going to spell Joseph, Lane, Philip, Warrican, Carripier, and the net bowlers. So I have it. And if you get out during that second hour, you have to bat a 3rd hour. So you're not stop batting until you bat for an hour and don't get out. Could that work? Could that work? and not even the nets, out in the middle. And you have fielders, 9 fielders plus the wicket keeper and the bowlers. Could that work? You're going to bat for an hour, and if you get out, you have to bat for a second hour. No matter what time in the hour you get out, you bat for a second hour. And if you get out during that second hour, yes, well, you get a 40 minutes break, but you have to come bat again for another hour. Could that work? You know? Could that really work? Chase has to be exhibit presence on the field, even if it's only bravado. Beyond setting the field, etc., a captain must show confidence, said Betty. I agree with you. On this pitch, Brathwaite would have possibly got his confidence back. Yeah, you know, Mr. Casanova make a good point there. I'd love to see Brathwaite batting on this pitch. He would, Brathwaite batting on this pitch, Brathwaite would probably be 60 not out right now. But then again, that is if. We'll never know. But good point you're making now, Mr. Casanova. Because the question I'm always asking, is Stage Narayan Chanderpaul an upgrade and Brathwaite? And the answer for me is no. Stage Narayan Chanderpaul is not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade on Brathwaite. Is Hope looking good because this pitch is close to what he plays on for ODI? Sheldon Smith, it doesn't matter. He's looking good. It's the same pitch that the Indian batsmen bat on and looks good. It doesn't matter, Sheldon. Oh, that is a part of it, Sheldon. Don't discredit the youth, man. Don't discredit the youth. Don't discredit the youth. It doesn't matter the pitch. He's looking good. Kingman, blessings, man. Yeah, it's always a blessing to wake up, eh? You have to give God thanks every morning that you wake up, man. We're 4 down on this pitch already, boy. You shall see 3 of the dismissal. Clearly boned. So, Bobby answering. Really, that's not what you said. You are saying something completely different from what you said now. Something complete. Because you see what happened here to Real Legit, is that the first time we see it. We see it all the while, don't he said something up front. Me kick it out of the park, send him back to him bed. Me mash him up, Let me come back now, but him throw a soft punch. It's a soft punch, him throw. It's a soft punch, really, the throw back, because he said nothing like this. Nothing like this, what he's saying now, he said. He said nothing at all. It's a totally good, it's a totally different thing. Oh, good morning to you, John P. Nicol. John P. Nicol, so I'm here enjoying your commentary as usual. But John P. Nicol, you butter me up, man. Me know say I go react to what me say about how that they should fire Chase tonight. Court is saying I'm only here because I got money and boys. One more green lay and I hit. I don't understand that though. How many runs? Yeah, how many runs can West Indies make? 140, we can make 300 and odd. I think we can save the follow on. I definitely think we can save the follow on. Definitely think we can save the follow on. Stephen Roach. Yes, man, we are going to New Zealand for a full tour. ODI, T20s and tests. 3 tests, 3 ODIs. Is it 3 T20 or 5 T20? I think it's 5 T20. Full tour of New Zealand starting November. After this match, we go to Bangladesh for 3 ODI and 3 T20. And then we left Bangladesh and go to New Zealand, Stephen Roach. Full tour. Yeah. Sherwin said, good morning to you. Canberra and Chanderpaul's selection is the most shameful. They have zero business being in this team. India need to put the fast bowlers in for hope. India need to put the yeah. Yes, thank you. Real legit. You hear what Sheldon said? I know. Sheldon said the better analogy would be using that. Boy, I get some beating this morning, real legit. You really I get some beating. You need to come back with something real legit. Trust me. Me I wait for your reaction, real legit. Because I really want you to come back with something. Me really want you to come back with something in a real legit. Definitely want you to come back with something. Isn't King injured? King is injured. Never Isaac, welcome. West Indies batsmen have all been figured out by world-class bowlers. Probably the other teams seem to have flipped on our players. Never Isaac, let that. I don't understand that point because which one of our four batsmen were worked out? Have you been watching the West Indies bat, Never Isaac? Which one of the four batsmen that were dismissed? You can say, well, the Indian team planned for them and it was a strategic dismissal. Which one of them can you say so? Which one of them can you say so? Sheldon Smith, I'm not going to allow you to wind me up with that foolishness. So, all right. So persons are talking. So Sherwin and other persons are talking. Yeah. Larry, happy Sabbath to you too, Larry Prince. Respect, man. Happy Sabbath to you. And also to Pastor. Oh, well, me glad Stephen Roach. What? No, I'm glad real legit leave me alone and gone to Stephen Roach. So, me glad that Steve real legit. So real legit. A manager can't manage me while you run, or you just decide to leave me for today. Whatsoever way, I'm glad you leave me alone, I'm glad you leave me alone. But here real legit come again. So, in comparison to what real legit are saying that Warrican numbers are inflated because of the Pakistan series. But every bowlers in cricket have good series and poor series. What real legit don't remember, because I told you that you need to go back to sleep, You don't remember or you didn't know because I really think that you did not know. Because if you know before you make that statement, you would not have said that, because Warrican did much better in Sri Lanka before even you went to Pakistan. Warrican has consistently bowled well. He has consistently bowled well. If you want to talk about figures that are inflated, I'll ask you to check out Gudakesh Moti against Zimbabwe and then check out his rest of his career. I told you, go back to sleep. 140 for 3 was not a bad score, but he got out before 140, didn't he? Yeah, he got out before 140. But if we had closed at 140 for 3, I think that's what you're saying, that if we had closed at 140 for 3, it was not really been a bad score. I don't see any reason why we didn't close at 140 for 1. We could have easily closed at 140 for 1, but some But some man we can't bat gave away them wicket after they were well set. You know, as I said, Chanderpaul and Athanaze should be put in the dungeon. Chase, yes, he should be sent to prison, but he only faced 7 balls, so you give him a blind. But that shot was criminal. But you want to put him in the dungeon. But having faced 67 deliveries and 84 deliveries respectively, Chanderpaul and Athanaze should not got out the way they got out. Yes, so it's a good looking partnership of 33 between these two that are batting. So, you know, yes. The so-called coaches are just throwing the balls to the batters in the net and think that is coaching. That's just exercise, said Valerie. Yeah. The bowling unit room together. I think. Oh, they room together. No, Athena, they don't room together anymore. No, there was a time when they used to room together, but everybody now has their own room. Real legit is saying Sammy don't have a clue what he's doing. Yeah, I think that he's out of his depth for true, real legit. I think that he's out of his depth. We need batsmen that can grind out a score and not batsmen who are approaching a test match like it's an ODI match. Yeah. Back in the day, one bounce training in the nets. Yeah, one bounce. Or wrong stroke, Athena. Wrong stroke and you're out. One bounce. I don't know about the one bounce. I know that we used to play wrong stroke. So if you make a wrong stroke, you'll be out. And nobody want to out because you might not get a bat for the rest of the day. You know? Hope is normally good against spin, said Bobby Brown. His problem in test cricket is the pace. Yeah. So yeah. We should close at 140 for 2, said Bobby. I really think that's 140 for 1, Bobby, because really and truly, Athanaze, well, I would say 140 for 2 only if I'd seen a good ball bowl. A great ball. But even since after those batsmen out, I don't see any delivery that ball to get anybody out. So I would have said 140 for 1, Bobby. You know, and would have, if Chanderpaul, again I said if, but Chanderpaul and Athanaze batting would be probably 155. You know, so, and I don't see anything that to get us out. Oh, truth set you free. So Mr. Brown, do not study real legit. He's here because he wants you to edit him on cricket. So truth set you free. I know that a lot of person come here and they have a discussion in a bar last night. And the person in the bar said something and they don't know how to counter it. So they come here and say it because they want to hear from me so that they can. So a lot of things that I said here, persons go to the bar and go to the clubs and they talk about it, because they know that what I'm saying are the facts, or it is either factual or it is based on some strong opinions that challenge. So I know that. So thank you, Truth set you free for remind me. That's maybe well what he's doing for True. He may well be doing that for True. I actually think they played well, with the exception of Chase. All the wickets were fortuitous and unlucky. Cambridge Salt. Well, Malaika Mala. To say that Chanderpaul and Athanaze played well and the dismissal was fortuitous, in my opinion, you are accepting mediocrity. And that's that for me. So no good batsman is going to get out or Athanaze and Chanderpaul get out. No good batsman get out that way after being well set. None. And that is accepting mediocrity. I don't think anyone is giving up. I don't think anyone is giving up. And I'm saying that anyone who's thinking that Chanderpaul and Athanaze played well don't really get the concept of gaps cricket. You don't really gaps it. You don't understand. I'm telling you the truth. You are accepting mediocrity and you're not showing an understanding of the game if you think those two played well. Now, those two. If you think those two played well and get out the way they played, you're not really understanding what is going on. England is 119 for 3. I feel like I could go on and on and on, but thank you very much for being here. Please scan the QR code and get your clothes today and your jackets and your t-shirts and a whole lot of fashion from COOFANDY. As I always said, and I wear COOFANDY clothes. I probably need to start put up some pictures and so on of wearing COOFANDY score. Great fashion. COOFANDY clothes. Scan the QR code and enter the COOFANDY store today and get some clothes. Or check out our Amazon storefront link in the video description. Click on the link and support the channel. Thank everyone for being here this morning. I really appreciate you. Thanks. And we will do a watch along tonight. I don't need to do a review of today's play because we had this watch along this morning. But I'll definitely do a watch along tonight. Very hungry now. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Have a blessed day.